But you can always be sure the angel of God is present wherever his children are.
Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no, don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for going, so don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for one thing, so don't get in my way. Don't need no problems, no. Don't need no pain. I came for one thing. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Till you get it closer, closer, closer. Till you get it closer, closer,
Really? He puts it in 0 seconds remaining! He seems to be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness! Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch. He's looking for Kato. He's got the giant. Oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. He's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. On the backward. Can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Is this serious? Now, hold on. Surely this can. Oh my
Go
lord.
with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, open say on the goal line. He did not win.
Nearly over.
Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. My name is Colson. I will be hosting our opening matchup for the Challenger League, and today with me, joined by my good friend and NC State teammate, Ventus. Ventus, how are we feeling today?
No, I am so excited. I get to cast a couple of these grand finals series tonight, and I think this one might be the closest of the night. I think this one, both these teams are so close. Both these teams have had such an amazing run to get to where they are. I mean, we saw in the first round, Venom and Griffins, they were looking pretty dominant against their matchups in Raptors and Bishops. And then we come to the semifinals where me and you casted the Venom Dissolved game, and that was a Game 7 thriller. And then we saw Griffins. They looked dominant against the Wraiths, who I thought looked really good coming off their win against Hellcats. So Griffins really tightening up, really looking a lot better. I thought that they looked a little bit shaky in that game against the Bishops, but when they came out against the Wraiths, it was all gas, no brakes. They were absolutely dominant, and now we have finally arrived to the grand finals matchup between these two teams.
It is going to be an interesting one for sure. Venom went 12-6 in the regular season, and like you said, they had a fantastic playoff run up until this point. And the Griffins went 14-4 in the regular season and have had an amazing run as well, which is why both of these teams have ended up into the grand finals. Mealy, J-Rod, and Grambo on the side of the Griffins, Yukio, Fort, and Batchy Rat making up the side of Venom. And it's going to be tough. I'm about to give a PR answer, so, right, like get it out of the way in the chat, but it's going to come to Game 7. In my heart of hearts, I believe this is going Game 7, and it could be anyone's game. But based on what I've seen just out of the pure duo of Yukio and Fort, I'm going to have to give it to them, hopefully in Game 7 overtime, but we will see how it goes. How do you feel this plays out, Ventus?
You know, I would hate to take the same stance as you. I know it's going to be Game 7. My heart makes me want to believe that Venom is going to be able to take it. I think, like, shout out the MKG people, shout out Fort. I mean, I'm pretty solid friends with him, so I might be biased saying that I think Venom might be able to have the edge in this series. I think it's just going to go down to the wire, but I think that Venom, with the consistency in the playoffs over the last couple seasons, they have the ring to show for it, and they had a really good run last season as well. With the main core of Fort and Yukio, I think that this team is the team to do it.
It will be interesting, but we are away into game number 1. 30 seconds in, and Dachi Rat stepping up huge. He is going to be the difference maker. He will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and we see him popping off early, getting the opening goal in the series.
Yeah, just taking advantage of Grambo, low boost, just throwing the ball away a little bit, maybe a little panicked, as we are just starting off the grand finals. Nerves are probably at an all-time high, and so being able to get the first early goal, and that coming from Thatchirad as well, and we might see a second one here as Yukio electing to just fake it off and keep the possession going, as Venom looking to just build upon what they've already started. I mean, I think that this Venom roster is so dangerous, but you cannot count out this Griffins roster. Mealy has been absolutely stellar with his possession plays, his solo plays as well. They've been connecting. J-Rod has been an absolute menace on the pitch, and I know that these teams are all very well versed with each other. They're assisting a lot of goals, and they have a lot of pressure throughout a lot of their series that we've seen. And so it's really going to come down to how good these defenses can play. But man, when you take them out and off the pitch and leave the goal wide open off of a demo play there, I mean, you can't play much defense that time.
That is a terrifying scenario to be in. You see Mealy behind the ball, and you know someone's in your back corner grabbing boost already. You try to jump to get out of the way, but he's jumping too, gets the demo, and we are all tied up just over a minute in to this game number 1. J-Rod now popping this one off the corner, floating awkwardly in front of net. 2 go from the Griffin squad. This could be open, but a great bump from Grambo makes Thatchy go off the ball. I have seen a couple double commits come out from Yukio and Ford, so this duo that has been so phenomenal all season is not on the same page quite yet, but this is game number 1 in the grand finals. Teams are bound to be nervous as we see a mistouch come out from Grambo. Great touch mid, looking for Fort with a weak shot on, and J-Rod will get the clear back to midfield. I think Thatchy will have to be stellar on defense because we know how hard Fort and Yukio like to push together as we see another double commit on the ball. So Thatchy's going to have a great series on defense if this Venom team will come out with the win.
Yeah, and something that I didn't really see much is Griffins, they don't have that much demo pressure. They really only averaged a little over 1 demo per game throughout this playoff run. They've really utilized working together and just building that pressure, having really good defense, and so they're really looking forward to that. I would be interested to see if the demo that caused the first goal is going to be future outlook of this team, looking to get demo and more aggressive, kind of capturing that last man back out of position as Thatcher gets the bump on that last man, but Fort Zero boost is not going to be able to make that shot. And it seems that we're still tied about halfway through this game.
That was a wide open net, but that was definitely a case of the game 1 nerves. You're so afraid of missing that wide open shot, you forget to get there to take it. And because of that, it keeps us tied at 1-1 just over halfway through. Yukio gets a great 50 in midfield, and J-Rod elects to take it back to the Griffins corner with Thatchy attempts to put on some pressure. Neely with a great 1-2 out into the red zone again. Grambo, quick shot on. Thatchy and Yukio double commit to this, but it is popped high awkwardly, so J-Rod has a strange touch into the red corner, buying the Venom squad a little bit more time to grab some boost. This one kept in by Mealy, and now Yukio with a half tank trying to get this one out. He does get the 50 buy, looking for a bump, but Grambo up early enough to get the beat. Thatchy gets the beat on Grambo, trying to get on the wall again, but whiffs on the follow-up mid. Little bit of nerves coming out from these squads. We're going to have to see which team is able to keep possession of the ball, settle their nerves. Each team has a goal, so hopefully the floodgates will open up soon enough. But we are seeing a couple double commits. I imagine those will get ironed out by these two top squads further and further into this series. Yukio goes for a flip reset, gets the dunk, follow-up from Fort, but it goes wide.
Yeah, 1 minute remaining. Griffins really leaning on Mealy to get those solo plays, get those demos, and that off-ball pressure. You saw a couple times where he would just kind of fake into a challenge, kind of just drive across, get the boost, get the rotation started, and quickly rotate to be able to cut back in the middle, looking to get those demos as well. You know, that's why that they are able to kind of have those double commits and not get punished. We saw a little bit between Grambo and J-Rod that those double commits started to add on fast, as we see another shot going to be off the post this time. But Griffins, the pressure being released from Mealy there in the midfield has been really stellar for them, but it's not over yet as we look for a shot. Fort looking to get this one, tries to get it down low, but Grambo easily clears that one away. J-Rod looking for a crazy pre-jump block there. Is this a double commit? Look, last man back, but Mealy strong as ever, just able to keep that one out.
Thatchy likes to keep the pressure on. He does get out in midfield. Fort will be the first one to it. Tries to rip a quick one on. Mealy gets the save, floating awkwardly down. Yukio isn't able to put that one on. Fort trying to keep the pressure on, whiffs on the ball. Thatchy Rat pops this one out mid, looking for a bump on J-Rod. He does connect with it. Now Yukio elects to take some time. This could be dangerous. Game one might go to Venom with a last-second goal to put them up by 1.
Yeah, and I love this play here out of Yukio. I mean, just such control, takes it slow, baits that first person in, gets the pop, then holds the flip, waiting to see how the person's going to commit, waits for the jump, puts it top left, perfectly placed. You see Thatchy also trying to go for a bump as that last man back, but 0 seconds might not be enough as J-Rod looking to take that one, but Thatchy able to put that one down. Venom take game one in a close match here. We didn't have overtime, but it might as well have been, as it was super close, and it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a server reset.
Offense looked pretty similar from both of these teams. It came down to the wire in that first game. It was 1-1 for almost what felt like the entirety of that matchup. I think they got their goals right after the minute mark, 1 minute mark of the opening of the game. And that scoreline stayed the same until the very end, where Yukio kept that ball close, popped it back up to himself, and slotted it into the top left corner away from the defender. And just like that, Venom is able to take the first game. We're loading back into the server, but I think both teams look pretty good so far. We're going to have to see them both iron out their double commits. They clearly aren't playing at top pace like we're used to them doing, but it is the grand finals. Nerves are high. Game number 1, you are going to play a little bit nervous. I imagine we're going to see them pick up the pace, challenge in midfield a little bit more, iron out those double commits, and it will be a high-flying, high-octane, pun intended, series.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I noticed from the Griffin side is I talked about them only averaging 1.5 demos per game throughout this entire playoff run, but we saw in that game they had 7 demos alone. So Mealy really picking up the demos, really trying to play off ball, get that aggression, try to catch them out of rotation, and it did have its moments. I saw a lot of double commits there from the side of Venom, but also it left J-Rod and Grambo in a little bit worse of a spot. You saw that they also double committed a lot, and they were not on the same page as much because they didn't have Mealy there in that quick rotation, because he was going and extending his rotation for demos and looking out there. So we'll have to see if they continue this kind of idea where they're playing more demo aggressive and trying to just open up the field, or if they're going to go back to what worked. They're going to let kind of Mealy play on ball, let him kind of have a lot of the pressure, let J-Rod kind of go play off ball, look for the passes, look for the assist kind of stuff. And, you know, we'll see if Griffins continue this way or if they're going to kind of default back.
I'm interested to see that too, especially because when you do go for demos so often, it becomes kind of predictable. You get used to when those demos are going to come out. So if this Griffin squad does end up using their demos a lot, I'm interested to see how the defense will hold up from the side of Venom. They did well. Thatchy in particular was able to dodge a couple of bump attempts. although Griffins was able to get one through. They're starting out with a little pressure, but an awkward touch will go right up to J-Rod. J-Rod elects to keep this one in. Yukio with a strong clear, trying to follow up on it. He does get the read off the ceiling, but he cannot get the ball over Mealy. Grambo now clearing this one to the corner. Thatchy Ratton whiffs on this one. Fort with a strong clear. J-Rod will scoop this one up back into the corner. Now taking his time. He does get 50'd out, but Grambo is there to scoop it up. Another 50 comes out. This Venom squad is pushing into the Griffins half and trying to get the ball off their cars. I love that they're being aggressive, but you gotta watch out. Thatchy with a great save. Good force from his teammates, though. Mealy now up into the corner looking for a teammate mid, and Grambo, he can't get it to him. 2 players go from Venom, but double the players go and double the chance of hitting the ball, and because of that, this one gets sent back to the Griffins.
The Venom have really been able to convert and transition from defense to offense. We see a couple opportunities coming straight from the defensive clears. They pin Griffins back in their half. They're trying to get them to overcommit with 0 boost, but Mealy trying to commit with a lot of boosts as J-Rod puts this one backboard. A triple commit comes out for Venom, but they are able to clear it away, but this is where it gets dangerous. They used a lot of boost in that triple commit. You see not a lot of boost in the tanks for this Venom roster as they finally are able to pick some up, get the defense going, as it seems like Griffins took a little bit too long to stage another offensive push, allowing the Venom roster to reset. You kind of want to push the tempo when there's 0 boost, when they triple commit like that. They're all out of position, they're all out of sorts, and you can easily capitalize on it, but we see there, they elect to take it slow and keep possession. It did not work out.
His midfield presence I'm seeing specifically from Yukio on defense for Venom has been phenomenal up until this point. He's getting last second cuts on low boost, able to keep the pressure off of his teammates that are inside the net, and that is largely what has kept this game scoreless so far. Fort with a miss. Thatchy scoops this one up, gets a 50. It's really awkward though. Mealy's already up for it. He gets it under a pre-jumped Yukio, and Griffins take a lead halfway through game number 2.
Yeah, and Thatchy just not the best catch there. He kind of gets it too far off his car. J-Rod just pounces on that. It's something I know that he has done frequently throughout this playoff run. It's just instant challenging that first man, keeping the possession from getting too far into their half, and it worked out really well. Pops to backboard, Mealy hits a free shot. Yukio has a really awkward read on the backboard, but I mean, I know that he can make those, but unfortunately that time, maybe it was just Grand Finals nerves that he's just not able to read that one. But that's J-Rod looking to get a shot here as Mealy saves that one away. Once again, Griffin's able to clear it out, but Yukio, a good pass there. Good bump attempt as well coming out for shot attempt, but saved away by Mealy. This one going to be cleared back. Once again, Griffin's starting to clean it up a lot on their defensive side of the ball too. We talked about both these teams, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of double commits, but it seems like for the most part they've started to even out as Thatchy tries to get an insane redirect. Honestly, I didn't even think that that one was possible, but he almost had that angle anyways. Griffins still have a lead with 2 minutes though.
Mealy does get this one by Fort. Grambo's trying to wait for it, but Fort gets a great touch around him. He isn't able to get by J-Rod, though, as he puts one on Thatchy. Now, taking this one to the corner. A much better controlled effort by him this time, keeping it away from the front of the net, away from danger. Yukio gets back to it, looking for Fort. Fort can't reach it, and this could be dangerous on the counterattack, but of course, Thatchy, his third, will go early. Another double commit comes out from Venom. This is dangerous. This one downfield could be a quick counterattack. This one's pop mid. Mealy looking for a bump. He misses, but it doesn't matter. J-Rod puts this one into the top right corner and doubles up on their lead.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. Perfectly placed top corner to Yukio, trying to put a hand up, but it's just well placed enough around him that it goes top right. I mean, you cannot place that any more perfect. The Griffins starting to heat up. Their offense has looked a lot better. We've seen them capitalize on a lot of these overcommits and double commits from this Venom roster. Their speed has been absolutely breathtaking. This is what you want to see out of the Grand Finals. You saw in game number 1, Griffins looked a little shaky, and Venom were able to capitalize, but this time Griffins looked to be the ones in the driver's seat, able to use that server reset to their advantage to kind of get a fresh start on this one. Maybe the reset was needed for them as well, but Fort looking for a pass there. Yukio open net and perfectly placed, cuts the lead to 1, and a demo as well in that midfield. Fort taking out Mealy. The last man back, Grambo commits a little bit early as third man, and man, Venom are able to cut the lead, strike it. They have 1 minute left. It's very possible for them to come back.
we saw Venom going for a lot of demos early in this game, and they were swarming. They had 3 players in the top quarter on the Griffin side at one time. That is ridiculous aggression that I've seen from them so far, and they've finally been able to start connecting on their demos because of that. They found them, and because they got their demos, it's leading to pressure and gold. Thatchy gets another one on the board for himself, but more importantly, ties this one up at the top of your screen.
And you know what's beautiful? The trust that they have. Fort cuts in the midfield. Yukio going for a squishy bump to allow Fort the beat on the touch. And then the pass goes in the midfield. Thatchy full commits his third man. His teammates hadn't really rotated back yet. Both of them were low boost, but the trust that he had that he was going to be able to slot that one perfectly, absolutely beautiful. They tie up the game, 40 seconds left. And once again, we see a tie game coming into the last seconds of the game. And we saw Venom were able to take it in a 1 second goal there. But will Griffins be able to take the lead this time as Grambo potentially is a shot, but J-Rod actually takes it. And that is going to give Griffins the lead once more. It looked like a little bit of a double commit, but it doesn't matter because they found the back of the net.
Yeah, really awkward on defense. Fort and Yukio are not communicating and playing together as we've seen them throughout all season, at least in this game number 2. It has been interesting to watch so far. They're awkward. They're in weird positions. They're double committing for the ball when the other one has full boost and the other one has none. It is strange to see, and Griffins have done a phenomenal job capitalizing on that awkwardness. They have maybe taken this game number 2 and stolen it away, but this one maybe on target. Thatchy elected not to stay for that redirect. This one goes towards the net, but J-Rod passes it to the corner where Grambo is waiting. He gets the beat on a free jump from Thatchy. Hard to blame him when there's no time on the clock and you need one more to just tie it up. Fort able to keep this one up. Yukio able to pop this one up. Neely's pre-jump. He is able to get it. That was a crazy read, but Thatchy able to keep this one from hitting the ground. This one hits the corner, stays up, and Grambo elects to pop it and drop it down. Griffins take game number 2, and we are all tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and I mean, the Griffins roster, they looked really dominant. They had a couple holes, though, towards the end. We saw Venom very easy to come back. They had a lot of aggression towards that second half. The demo's not there this game. It looks like they did elect to play their kind of default style, let Mealy be a main position on the ball. He had the 2 assists, the goal. He was really good at being third man, the transition from third to first. And, I mean, unfortunately, they weren't able to get those demos, but they were able to take the game. They were able to win it, and I think it kind of threw Venom out of sorts. They were so used to them being chased as third man, having the players looking for bumps and demos, because I mean they had 7 in game number 1, so going from 7 to 1, the play style change, it kind of threw Venom off a little bit. I think that it caused a lot of that disruption, and I think that Venom will be able to kind of recover into this game, but I mean, it was a great game plan by the Griffins to kind of get that one.
Absolutely it was. And there were a couple demos that they got. Excuse me, only one demo that they got. But it was not like they weren't putting on that pressure. It looked like they would kind of chase them a little bit just to throw them off. And then they would leave completely. And it would, like you said, it would throw Venom for a loop. It's like, why aren't you guys chasing like you did in the first game? But it is what it is. The Griffins able to come out with a huge win, tying us up at 1 apiece. Thatchy a little bit awkward in his own corner. Yukio pops this one around. Mealy low boost. Double commit comes out. This could be dangerous on the side of Griffins. Low boost as Mealy tries to get back, but Fort also has low boost. This is a low boost legend game in the first opening 30 seconds. Mealy with low boost, staying on it. Yukio trying to control this, looking for Thatchy. Thatchy looking for a redirect, but he puts it off. This one popped awkwardly in front of the net, but that third man that we were so used to being very aggressive from Venom wasn't there for that one. Yukio with the reset, looking for the double, but a double commit does get this one saved and away. Fort now popping this one on Thatchy, of course, looking for a demo. Fort misses the mark on a wide open net. He had the play, he had the read, but he didn't have the finish. Mealy gets a strong clear, and that Venom attack is over.
Yeah, and the Griffins able to clear this one, and they might have a goal opportunity as Mealy tries to take a shot, but low boost once again. This one floating on target, I believe. That one just gonna find the back of the net off the bar, but it goes in. I was a little bit worried that Venom might have hit the crossbar, but great speed there. Grambo trying to just play block. J-Rod really aggressively rotating as well with 0 boost, playing that beat from Grambo, and unfortunately that was last man back for the Griffins. Venom able to take a quick counterattack goal right after they were kind of pinned back on defense. Griffins were able to break out. They were able to clear the ball away, and that might have been the difference maker, is they were able to find the hole in the rotation as you saw J-Rod low boost, melee low boost, and Grambo playing a little bit too aggressive. So Griffins might need to watch out a little bit more on those double or overcommits in the rotation. A great demo there on J-Rod. Keeps that solo play from happening, and Thatchy a little bit awkward clearing this one out. This might be an opportunity, but Yukio gonna fake that one. Thatchy is able to regain possession, and Fort, zero boost doesn't matter, gonna dive at the ball anyways. A great touch there by Yukio, gets it around one. J-Rod having to clear this one out once again, and Venom starting to be back on the defensive side of the ball once more as Griffins start to lay on the pressure.
One of the things that the NC State guys tell me is, I love that you trust me, but Grambo is going to interrupt me instead. A great bump play comes out. A great opportunity. They didn't get the demo, but they did just enough, making it awkward for Ford in the back of the net, and Grambo says thank you very much. And one of the things that I really appreciate about this team, and that I think could help Griffins, even though they just tied it up, one of the things that you guys say when you're playing with me, the NC State players, is I appreciate that you have a lot of trust in us, but how about you trust me from just a little bit further back? And I think that's something that the Griffins need to play with as well, because I love the pressure that they put on, but you don't really need to be upfield. The rule one comes out. Let's see if it sticks as this one rolls down the wall. I think it will. I don't know. It's Yukio and Mealy stuck in the net, so J-Rod and Grambo playing twos against Thatchy and Fort. They flipped over and turtled. Now this could be dangerous. This one popping over into the middle. We have to see which players are the better duo. Fort getting it over J-Rod, but this one isn't on target. Thatchy playing it slow. This could be really dangerous, but he does well to keep possession. He does get boost and ball. This one sails over to Fort. Fort now trying to take this one slow, popping it around one, but J-Rod does well to not move, not bite on that fake. This could be dangerous. This one popped in the middle by J-Rod. A diving player comes in, but Fort able to get this clear to the corner. Thatchy now trying to go to the air. He does get bumped off the ball, and J-Rod is there for the intercept. I love that these players have kept this Rule 1 going. We're going to have to see how this 2v2 plays out.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is that it's arguably the best players on both teams. Mealy and Yukio, I think, are kind of the star players, the number one players, and so it's really interesting. If it was something like Thatchy, Rat, and Mealy kind of getting into a Rule 1, if I was Mealy, I would be breaking it, but these two, taking each other out of the play, they have so much faith in their teammates. They have so much faith that these two players on each of their respective teams are going to be able to pull out the lead that they are just absolutely turtled in net. Fort looking for the double tap. A great save from Grambo. Follow-up, though, not going to come in time from Thatchy. It kind of fakes him out, though, as J-Rod not going to be able to get touched. That one floats on, and that ball is going to go in. J-Rod completely thrown off by Thatchy, playing a lot farther back than normal, and he kind of just floats at the ball. Zero boost. Thatchy then just has to 50 through and get a pop on net. Grambo unfortunately can't read that one, and Venom take a 1-goal lead as the W2s comes out. A great 2v2 session there in this best of 7, but everybody wants to see the 3v3 gameplay, not the 2v2.
Yeah, looked like Mealy and Yukio were playing their own special game of 1v1 inside the net, and this is just a strong clear that gets whipped out. Thatchy is going to put another one on the board for himself, able to get a hat trick in this game number 3. 3 for Thatchy, 3 on the board for Venom.
Yeah, and it's just a misread in rotation there. Mealy, zero boost, trying to commit early, but his teammate hadn't fully rotated back yet, and the Griffins and Venom kind of take advantage once again. Fort and Thatchy are really connecting this one, and that might have to do with Yukio being in Rule 1, but this is a 50 right towards the net of the Griffins, but that one just slightly off target. J-Rod having to catch this one back into the corner. This one popped out. He's just going to clear this one high. Grambo, another clear, finds Mealy. Mealy a little bit slow to this one, though, kind of waiting to see how it plays out, and allows Venom to just once again pounce in the midfield. And Venom has just been so good in this midfield. They've been able to commit early. They've been able to challenge early. But as I say that, they just completely let the midfield go free, and we almost see an opportunity there for Griffins. But once again, Venom able to hold strong. They're able to hold on. I think their midfield presence, their commits in the midfield really aggressively are huge factors. It actually just gives them a free open net, and Thatchy just going to walk the dog in on that one. Venom took a 4-1 lead, a 3-goal lead, and that came off of a bump as well. Yukio gets the bump on Grambo, leaving the net wide open.
Thatchy has dropped over 900 points in this game. He has 4 shots, 4 goals, and 5 saves. A little kickoff strat comes out, but it goes wide off the post. Venom not satisfied with a 4-1 lead. They're trying to make it 5-1 and keep it going. Mealy trying to get his team back on the board, trying to give him a little bit of a takeaway goal for a little bit of momentum going into this game number 4. Grambo trying to pop this one to a teammate, and it looks like they will at least get one for the road. Mealy puts one into the back of the net after his brief hiatus on that Rule 1.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, I think it's more of a consolation goal for the Griffins. They ended up letting the game get too out of hand. This goal doesn't really allow them to make a comeback. 2 seconds left. They're just going to kind of fake it out, waste the time away. And Venom are able to take this game, and I think it was honestly a lot closer than we think. Obviously, the scoreline says 4-2, and Venom had a 3-goal lead at one point. But man, we're talking, it was such a close game at one point in time. I feel like it might have gotten away from them. I don't think Griffins really use their reset or their timeout here is what I meant to say. I don't think they use the reset. I think that they kind of just let their play do the talking. I think that they're going to come out really aggressively. They might go back to that demo play style that they had in game number 1. It kind of threw them off when they switched their play styles last time and they were able to take a game. Maybe they do the same thing where they play much more aggressive demo heavy from Mealy and J-Rod, or maybe they have been and they just have not been connecting and hitting their mark on the players of Venom. They've been doing well to avoid, but we'll have to see what kind of adjustments they make if they do elect to use their timeout, or what adjustments they can make on the fly, really, without having to use a timeout. Maybe they have another playstyle stashed in their pocket.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be super worried if I was the Griffins just yet. It felt like half that game was a 2v2 match, and both of the best players on the pitch weren't there. Mealy is the facilitator. He's the one that gets a lot of the shots, a lot of the passes. We saw him get a takeaway goal at the very end. I know it was a gimme goal, but still, he was immediately effective yet again as soon as he was back into the game. So while I enjoy the Rule 1, I imagine we won't see another one, especially if it's Mealy who is stuck in it. He might try to break it, which could bite them, but we will have to see. J-Rod does get 50'd out by Fort in the midfield. Mealy, a lot of pressure on Yukio in the midfield, but this ball, it hasn't moved off that midfield line until now. J-Rod gets a pop over, and wouldn't you know it, we're back midfield, but now Griffins are breaking through. This one pops and sails across in front of the Venom net. Yukio taking his time. J-Rod says, you can't do that. Mealy with a quick shot on. Where's the third follow-up? Fort looking for Yukio. This is the duo to be scared of. He gets it around 1. This could have been the bump. Yukio is playing with his food, leaves it for Fort, gets the demo, and Fort gets the goal. What a play. That was bigger brain than I've ever seen in my life. Great patience coming out from this Venom squad.
Yeah, and the give and go from Fort to Yukio, letting Yukio have the ball in space. The solo play comes through. The 50s come through. The leave to go for the bump comes through. Fort comes through as well with the goal. And man, that was a beautiful play against this Griffins roster. Once again, you saw the Griffins really eager to commit their third man, really trusting that they were going to be able to get the B, and Mealy looking for a redirect there, but with zero boost, not going to be able to find that one on the mark. But the Griffins, a little bit too overzealous, I think, is they're trying to play aggressive, but it's giving way too many options for this Venom roster that all they have to do is just bait the third man in a little bit and just pop it right around him. It's been working out for them time and time again, and it's been the Griffins' kryptonite in this series, I think, as it's allowed a lot of free goals for this Venom roster. And we might see something differently, though, this time, as Grambo just electing to reset, get some extra boost, and then recollect the ball, but it's not a great pop there. Mealy having to get up his last back. He does find Grambo, and that's something I haven't seen the Griffins really doing. It seems like their clears really aren't to their other teammates. They have not been able to string passes out of their own half like Venom have been able to, that we just saw earlier. And so they really have to find each other more, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because that's one of the most important times to be able to link a pass together, get an outlet pass where you're able to get a beat and break out of that pressure. And so if we can allow, if the Griffins can find their way and find each other, they can actually have a lot more pressure than expected, and they can turn some of these counterattacks, some of these double commits that Venom has still been susceptible to do, into goal opportunities. As Grambo looking for a pop there, the demo attempt coming through, but the great save coming out from Fort.
What I like about what I'm seeing from Venom is even when they're in these high-pressure scenarios, especially on defense, they are keeping it close, and it leads to opportunities like that, but Thatchy sends this one wide off the post. That one was as close as it gets without going in. And I'd like to point to Yukio, especially that play that led to the goal. He baited in the defender, making him think that he had no boost, forced that challenge out, but he had like 40 or something in the tank, speed flipped up, got the demo in net, and that possession play is what's really helping this Venom squad stay afloat. Yukio does get the beat here, but again, he keeps it close in his own half. allows Fort to get the 50 on this. J-Rod will send it, but Thatchy gets a strong 50. This is allowing so much time for this Venom squad to get back on defense. Look at Yukio. It's like he's playing twos. Pop this over one, keeps it close yet again, but he did his job. He got the beat, and now his teammate can try to push out. This one, Thatchy is able to get this push. Yukio pre-flips and gets a great pinch on this one. He's looking to follow it up again, but J-Rod will drive through this one and get a strong clear. Down to Grambo. Grambo with a great shot, but Thatchy able to save it away. Fort able to bump J-Rod into this one and get this one cleared back into the Griffins' half. Back and forth we go. We're going to have to see which team can calm their nerves, and so far it has been Venom in this game number 4.
Yeah, and Venom has just looked a little bit faster is what I've noticed. I feel like a lot of the times Yukio is able to beat Melee to the ball. Fort's able to beat out J-Rod to the ball. Thatchy's able to get a beat on Grambo to the ball, and we see time and time again that they're getting these beats in their half, they're getting these beats in the midfield, and it's allowing so much pressure, because then the rotation from the Griffins has to speed up, they have to use more resources, they have to get crazy, awkward touches like that one right there, and this still adds more and more pressure. Thatchy having to commit, but Yukio looking to take a solo play. He's got one. He's looking for a touch. Gets the reset, but a double commit 50 comes through. Grambo, though, this time is able to get the beat, but Fort is able to get back, and even if Griffins are able to outspeed Venom, it seems like Venom has been able to get back in time. They haven't been overcommitting. They haven't been leaving that last man high and dry. They've allowed their last man to get time on the ball and not ever give a free touch or a free beat. And I think that's really been the difference. Venom has been really well to challenge for their third man or allow their third man time to get back, and we don't really see that much with the Griffins.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because we know how great this Griffin squad is, but more awkwardness on defense. Thatchy goes early, gets it by one, gets the 50 on the second, and then it is put into the back of the net by who else but Fort. Fort able to get 2 goals, 2 shots in this game, and that one could be the dagger to end this game number 4.
Yeah, and I mean, Venom kicking off right where they left off. They're passing and linking up has just been so good. You see Thatchy getting the touch around J-Rod and then just going for the bump on Melee, and the touch from Fort is just able to come through. Yukio looking for a touch there as Melee has to just full dive with 0 boost, and Griffins find themselves without boost a lot. 2 goal deficit's gonna make this one just a little bit out of reach, and Venom are gonna take this game number 4, and they are now on match point. We're gonna see the timeout come through, I assume. I couldn't imagine. I think that this game got a little bit away from the Griffins, even more so than game number 3. And even with the 9 shots, it just seems like they were throwing food at the wall and hoping something sticks. And unfortunately, it wasn't spaghetti.
Nothing was sticking on the offense from the Griffins, and the defense from the Griffins looked a little weird too. They were so good on offense at being very fast, getting that third man to the challenge, but even on defense, the second man wasn't even challenging the ball. They weren't pushing out and being aggressive on defense, and because of that, it was giving Venom so much more opportunity. One that sticks out in my mind is we had 2 players back in net, we as in the Griffins, and Grambo, instead of challenging Yukio, who's the scariest player on the field for Venom, pops it up to himself, and instead we just go to the back wall. We gotta send the challenge. If you miss the ball, get the bump. We gotta do something. The timeout is called by the Griffin, and we are going to see Yukio calls a timeout as well. I don't know if that's allowed. Maybe we double up on timeouts. I've never been in this situation, so thank you, Yukio. He's now not putting only the Griffins in awkward situations. He's putting the casters and the prod team in awkward situations as well. So good on him. He's playing phenomenal Rocket League. I'm excited to see what this Venom squad can do in this game, and I'm excited to see how this Griffin squad responds, because mostly everyone predicted a Game 7.
Yeah, and I think it might be a little bit of overconfidence here from the side of Venom. I don't think that they should use their timeout if Griffins are able to come out with a game plan and kind of steal a game or get 2 games. I mean, you want that timeout. It seems like they are going to choose to call the timeout after the Griffins' timeout is over. So maybe we just get an extra minute here to talk to each other and kind of just yap about these 2 teams. And I don't really get the ideology behind calling the second timeout on top of the other one. It seems like they're just giving the Griffins extra time to game plan. And I know that they're on match point. They only need 1 game, but it just seems a little bit of a mismanaged timeout. But they're confident. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a confident play. I don't know if it's the right play because this Griffin squad could very easily get back into this one. We have just finished the Griffins timeout and we are hopping into Venom's timeout. So I don't know if this is some psychological warfare. It's like, yeah, we actually don't need our timeout. We're going to throw it away completely. You guys need the time to get back in offense. So I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe, I don't know. They're maybe icing them out. Maybe they had all these plays ready to go, and now they just have to sit on them for a little bit. But like you said, I think this is a very strange use of a timeout. I don't really like it. But, you know, they're up 3-1. They're feeling confident. Maybe this is just to get the vibes up, keep the vibes up, keep it light, keep it fun. Because if this Venom squad is having fun, feeling this confident, they will be a very, very hard team to beat, even coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, and you know, I have a little experience of just burning a timeout for fun when I won a bit ago back in season 6. You know, it seems like it might be eons at this point. We went up 3-0. We were feeling good. The other team used their timeout and won a game. We used a timeout because we said, what the heck, might as well just shut down their momentum. But this is even a step further than that. Is they called their timeout at the same time. They're so confident. It looks like the timeouts are now over. Both these teams. I wonder if Griffins are going to go with that demo-heavy playstyle that they did in game number 1. I mean, we'll see what happens. Venom's probably just going to do the same thing that they've always done. Just kind of find each other passes, play good defense, and just watch out and get the beat on the third man overcommit from Griffins. So we'll have to see if that is a persisting problem from the side of the Griffins, or if we're gonna see Venom have to make a change of their own. Maybe they'll rely on a couple solo plays from Yukio or a couple bumps and demos of their own, because I know that they did have a couple games in this series that they did have 6 demos as well, not as much as the other team in Griffins of game number 1, but Venom are gonna look to just kind of keep doing what they're doing. I don't think that they really need to change that much. I think they've been playing really well.
Nearly trying to get this one to go through, but defense on the side of Venom has been stout. This one tried to get popped off the ceiling, back down to J-Rod, but it did not go. Fort gets a pop over. Thatchy able to follow on it, looking for Fort yet again. Double commit comes out, but Thatchy can stay on it. He makes this one awkward, but J-Rod has to get that touch to pop this one out and away. He is able to get this one by Yukio. Fort does get demoed when he tries to go for it, but Yukio is able to recover onto this one. This one sails awkwardly back into the Griffins half, and Grambo elects to just pop this one on net and see what happens. Yukio able to get the beat on Mealy, and Thatchy gets a demo onto Grambo. Thatchy gets a double demo, another one onto J-Rod. This one, Yukio over to Fort, and the dynamic duo strikes again. Thatchy Rat doing all the dirty work.
You know, and it seems like it's exactly what I said, that Venom might be changing up a little bit. They're going for these more demo-aggressive plays, Thatchy getting the 2 demos, and then we just see Yukio going for a solo play and able to beat out the rest of everybody else. And so I think that the Venom might have just listened in on what we were saying, even though technically the game had already started. Maybe they have the stream pulled up just for their own fun. I know that that's happened sometimes in other matches. But the Venom roster, they're feeling it. They're getting crazy demos. Thatchy's just going all out. He's playing first man, which is something completely differently than we've seen this Venom roster play. We see Fort playing third man and then connecting with Yukio with a great shot. Venom able to take a 2-goal lead and a completely different playstyle. Maybe this is why they used their timeout. They wanted an extra minute to talk about what they were going to change. I want to see the Griffins respond. I know that the Griffins weren't really expecting this vast change to come out from the Venom roster, because they've been able to figure out what's worked really well in the first few games. But dropping Fort back to third man, having Thatchy play your first man, and then letting Yukio kind of facilitate and take solo plays and take possession, it seems to also be a way that Venom has looked really good in, so we'll have to see if Griffins are able to respond.
Yeah, and I don't think that, like you said, the Griffins were expecting this change. It's like a crazy pre-fire that's come out from this Venom squad. They're like, oh, they're probably going to expect that we'll have the same playstyle. Thatchy, how about you just go for the ball the whole time? And he's staying on it yet again. He's putting this one on, looking for his own double. He doesn't connect, but Fort's there to scoop up on it. This game, the timeout buff has not been effective. We've seen 3 goals come out from Venom in the opening half of the game.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't even know this Venom roster had this in them. We haven't seen this come out. We haven't seen Thatcher play this aggressive in the entire playoff run. Even in the regular season, we haven't seen him play this aggressive. And so, a crazy curveball that, you know, this Griffins roster didn't expect. They might get another one, as that one's gonna find the back of the net. An overcommit from the third man, the bread and butter of this Venom roster, just absolutely taking advantage. And a 4-goal lead. The mental might be broken from this Griffins roster, but man, Venom, who knew that they had this in their bag as well? It's like when you are going up to the plate as a batter and the pitcher throws a pitch you have absolutely never seen them before. It's not on the scouting report, it's not on anything, and it just completely throws you for a loop. You stand there absolutely dazed. That's exactly what this Griffins roster is feeling right now.
What's crazy is this Venom squad it looks like they're trolling. They double commit on the kickoff. They team bumped each other on the back line, and yet it remains scoreless on the side of the Griffins. Another double commit comes out, but a double commit comes out from Griffins as well. Immediately low boost, hoping to find someone mid, but who else but Thatchy? He's going to send it early. J-Rod gets the beat over here. Yukio elects to keep it in. You got to watch out for Thatchy. He's trying to suck you up, get you demoed out of the play. He's getting all your boosts like a little vacuum cleaner, trying to get you as well, but it hasn't worked out just yet. Great 50 comes out from Yukio. J-Rod looking for Grambo. Grambo trying to get a shot on, but a great save comes out from Fort. This one popped up and away by J-Rod. Grambo with a shot on, off the post. Mealy with the follow-up, but it's kept. It feels like you've sent everything you can at this team, but still, their defense stands tall. That is unbelievable defense coming out from Venom. This has to be frustrating on the side of the Griffins as one floats towards net. This one needs to be kept close and get out of your own half, Griffins. You only have a minute 15 to score 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like this Venom roster, Thatcher at doing his best Gibbs impression, parking the bus. Unfortunately, the Griffins just can't find the net anyways, as we've seen a couple crossbar outs, and unfortunately, the clock just winding down even further. We see a double commit free jump there coming out from Venom. The confidence is there. Thatchy is able to get the save, but a fake and a bump, I guess, on Grambo is going to take that out of the equation for a potential goal scoring opportunity for the Griffins roster. And with the clock just clicking down, Yukio trying to just re-roll one, Mealy trying to get the vibes back from their special 1v1 that they had earlier in the series. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be all she wrote for this series. It looks like Venom's just absolutely trolling and wasting time. The Griffins, the mental shattered. They can't do anything. They can't even break through a trolling Venom roster right now. And, you know, unfortunately, it seems like the pre-fire change is going to be to the benefit of Venom. They're going to throw them off. They're going to take advantage. They're going to get a lot of goals early and then just waste time. They stack the net a couple times. You see Thatchy and Yukio just sitting in net, just waiting for the shot to come through if it ever does. And the times it has, it's been post and out. And unfortunately, but Venom are going to be your Season 13 Challenger League winners. I mean, unless something absolutely crazy happens, but 7 seconds is not a lot of time for it to get 2 goals.
Yeah, that was an intentional team bump. Thatchy bumped his teammate off the ball on purpose to get him out of the play. This is insane. I don't know if they're going to troll anymore. I imagine they're going to try to get back to it and waste a little bit more time. And just like that, this series is over. I know this isn't the series that we wanted. We were all expecting a Game 7, but there is one thing that we know for sure. Yukio and Fort are never going to beat the sandbagging allegations that the chat throws at them, because this was a dominant series coming out from them. 4-1 over this number 2 Griffin squad, and they beat the number 1 squad to take this grand final. Regardless of those allegations, they are your challenger champions, and they were deserving of that win.
Yeah, and you talked about Venom might need to lock back in, and immediately after you said that, I just saw Yukio going all the way up, full boosting down the right side of the field, completely away from the play, just stealing all the boost. So I knew that Venom was not going to be taking it seriously. They had the 2-goal lead. It looks like we might be doing an interview with one of the Venom players. We'll have to see. I hope it's Fort. I think that would be amazing. I think Fort is a great personality. I think everybody would like it if Fort would do the interview, and I think that's what we're just gonna get. Is it looks like Fort is going to be joining the waiting room, and we will get a quick little interview momentarily.
I'm excited to talk to him as well. I don't know if we're going to send it over to a quick break or not. Maybe we just drag him in here. I think we might just end up dragging this dude in here because Fort, I mean, he played a phenomenal series. Aside from the end where he was boosting down the entire field, he was bumping his teammates intentionally, getting bumped by his teammates intentionally. But after you put it on such a dominant display in the first 4 minutes of that game, I think you control just a little bit, just trying to get it over with. You're feeling good. You won the championship. You feel like you won the championship, and because of that, you ended up winning. I think I just heard a nice Discord notification, which means that Fort should be in the call with us. Fort, can you hear me, buddy?
Yes, sir. What's up, fellas?
How are you? Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it, man.
Now, Fort, I gotta ask, what was going through Venom's mind, calling the timeout and stacking the timeout on top of the Griffins' already used timeout? What was going through y'all head?
Uh, I'm not the right person to ask for that. That was our goated captain Yukio's call right there. So, um, it allowed me to go get a drink though, so that was cool.
What did you guys talk about during your timeout? What did you guys game plan, or was it just y'all just wanted to get a drink? You just wanted to sit and call, get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of talking. It was just we were kind of just vibing. So,
Wow. And a vibe it was, especially in that last minute of the last game. There were some interesting plays happening on your side of the pitch coming out against your own teammates. But regardless, you guys came out with the win. One of the things I see in chat a lot is you guys, especially you and Yukio, you guys get called sandbaggers a lot. Is there anything you want to say to the haters after taking another championship and getting Venom to the top list of all time for grand finals wins?
well, they can't call us sandbaggers because we went 18-0 last season and we still didn't win. So, when you play in like the levels that we do, you can lose to anybody any given day. So, um but I do want to give a quick shout out to MKG and the homies over there. They're Inventus, yeah, MKG here too. Um and my goat Puka Nakua, he's the goat.
Uh, I have one more quick question for it. Earlier in the series, you had a little bit of a 2v2 moment. Mealy and Yukio were rule one in the Griffins' net. Did you guys have to change your approach anytime? Were you just guys vibing the entire series? Were you guys what was kind of going through the game plan of the 2v2?
Yeah, so it was unfortunate that it took Yukio away. I wish it would have been Thatchy. Y'all seen how he played that last game. Um but I mean, I didn't sign up for a twos league, so I didn't really like that, but it's cool.
Well,
Well, that is something. What a phenomenal interview. Congratulations again on the championship win. Venom is your grand finals winners against the Griffins, taking it in a 4-1 dominant fashion. Congratulations to you, Fort. You already did your shout outs, which was what I was going to say, but clearly you're an experienced guy and have done this before. Thank you all so very much for watching. We will be right back after a quick break. We will be into our grand finals in the Rivals series in the Rivals division. So don't go anywhere. You guys should be right back for some more Rocket League action.
Up against the wall, how can it be growing tall?
early. He puts it in. 0 seconds remaining. He seems to be playing hard for it. Oh my goodness, Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. Place this heck. He's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. On the backward. Can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Is this serious? Hold on. Surely this can. Oh my
Let's go
lord.
with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did not win nearly over. Sweep. It comes through. The Venom, the improbable, the impossible, the 4-time champions.
On, guys, welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, and today we have a very special production, right? We got Rival League Grand Finals, the moment everyone has been waiting for here in the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm joined here by the commish with all the swag, Rockerman. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Gallium. Happy to be back here for the grand finals, the second day. We had a great first day. We had a great performance from Venom in the last matchup, and now, Gallium, we get to see the chase for perfection here. Can the Gravelords pull off the perfect 21-0 season? Only been done one time before in Nemesis history, 21-0, and they're trying to make it the second time here tonight.
Yeah, and I believe that one time happened in the Novice League, so, I mean, happening in any of the higher leagues is honestly really, really impressive, especially how stacked Rival is this season. But if we can go through both these teams just real quick. Pineapples, they're repping Flip 1010, Doge, Flash, and the Gravelords have Afterburner, Real Game Buster, and Silver. And, you know, while these guys are getting in the lobby, we'll just go over the playoff runs real quick, if you can pull that up on the screen. We have the Gravelords in round one. They 4-1 Distortion. Distortion were heavy underdogs, and Gravelords proved that they were definitely the favorites in that one. Semifinal number 1 against Whiteout. They 4-2'd them in game 6. It was Whiteout had a chance to get back in that series, unfortunately could not get it done. And on the other end of things, the Pineapples, they had to battle Lightspeed, but Lightspeed were no match. I mean, they just swept them. That is plain and simple, just swept them. But I have to say, the Pineapples versus Bearcats game, probably one of my favorite games in all the playoffs. It was cinema. It was generational. It obviously went to a game 7, but if you guys haven't watched that VOD, go do so immediately. And the amount of game 7s in Rival just shows how competitive it is. That's why it's even more impressive how this Gravelords team is somehow 20-0 right now.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, Gallium. I mean, it's an impressive performance, and you mentioned the playoffs have been tough for both these two teams. And, you know, to even get there, people don't talk a lot about it. You know, oh, they're 20-0. They've just kind of dominated everyone. But they've had some close calls throughout the season and some tough matchups. Even that Whiteout matchup in the semifinals was no joke there. And, you know, these guys, it's a lot of pressure, Gallium, to come in here. You're undefeated. You're, you know, the heavy favorites to win this matchup, and you got to go take care of business. And, you know, if there's a team, to come into this one and try to take them down, you know, it's Flip 1010. It's the Pineapples, you know, the second seed. They're the second best team in the regular season. They're 15-3, and you know, it's up to them to try to make a dent in this Gravelords team. But it's gonna be a tough one for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, anyone who's gone up against the Gravelords this season just knows how insane their chem is. You know, they're not the most mechanical in the bunch, although they do have pretty nice mechs, but that's not what makes them special. What makes them special is just their team chemistry and how in sync it feels like they are at times. So if Pineapples want to stop them, they're going to obviously need a generational performance, but I have a feeling that they might be able to, just based off the play of Flip 1010, all right? Playoff Flip 1010 last season he had a really rough playoff run, but this season he's cleaned it all up. He's looked phenomenal, and he's one of the fastest players in Rival, so I expect him to get in Gravelord's face, not allow anything, and Flashy is one of the better low sals in Rival League. I mean, he's the whole package when it comes to offense, defense, anything you're looking for, so he's going to have to stop Gravelord. It's going to have to be a total team effort, and Doge, defensive menace. I mean, defensive menace, and he is a great shooter, so these three players have insane qualities, insane traits, and hopefully that translates over to this Grand Finals match. I mean, you never know how it's going to go. Obviously, Grand Finals is really nerve-wracking, especially on stream. But hopefully both these teams just come out here and have a little bit of fun, you know. Gravelord's obviously seeking perfection, but, you know, the Pineapples, they just want a championship, man. You know, they came in, it's a first and second seed battle. You know, it's what many expected happened or expected to happen in the rival league bracket. And unfortunately, I did not make my prediction like that, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, I'm just excited to get this game underway, Rocket Man.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an exciting game, and we'll have to see who is going to take this one out here because, like we said, it's two great teams. It's the two best teams in the rivalry, and maybe possibly with the Grave Lords, one of the best teams in Nemesis history. And Galen, I gotta stick with my prediction. I got Pineapples in 7. I think they're going to be pulling off a little bit of an upset tonight. I didn't want to steal your Fruit Ninjas representation, but I'm going with the Pineapples here in this one.
I love me some fruit, man. I'm gonna have to go. You know what, Rocket Man? Listen, I think your script has been right a lot, especially in playoffs. So I'm gonna stick with your script. How about it? I'm gonna write my name on it, count it as my own. Pineapples in 7, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is gonna be a very close series. If what I'm imagining in my head is how this is gonna play out, but game numero uno underway in this grand final in the rival league as we see Flash taking it up high. Silver is gonna get a 50 with him. Already a nice start for the Pineapples. They're in this Gravelord zone. Flip, he sends it up high. Gamebuster is going to get a touch. Sends it over to the sidewall. Gamebuster has been a menace all season long, and you just proved it. Gets it past 2, and Afterburner has an easy goal.
Yeah, and that's what they do. Gamebuster just taking it out over the top of 2, and that's just a bad double commit. Pineapple's trying to play too aggressive there on this Gravelords team, and that's the thing about this Gravelords team, Gallium. They are so connected. Everything they do is just, flawless rotational wise. And you can't make these double commits if you're the Pineapples. You're not going to win that way. You have to be solid on your rotations if you're going to want to beat this Gravelords squad.
You're going to have to play almost perfect Rocket League. And, Whiteout almost did it. I think the Pineapples are more talented than that Whiteout roster. So hopefully they can lock in here. Game 1's not over, but it sure feels like as Afterburner nets his second goal of game 1.
Yeah, Afterburner just going to get this one in. A little bit awkward there. Gamebuster can't make the touch, and Doge, he's trying to get out to it, but it's just a perfectly placed shot, and the Gravelords showing out early here with some big, heavy pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you're just witnessing what's made them so great this entire season as we see Silver actually get demoed. This could be an opportunity. Doge goes up high. Unfortunately, not able to make the touch here, but Gravelords, they're still applying that pressure. I mean, already they have 2 shots and 2 goals, so, they're very efficient as we might have another one, and Afterburner nets a hat trick in game 1 with not even a minute into this game 1.
And you know what, Gallium? When you're the undefeated team, when you're 20-0 coming into this matchup, what do you want to do? You want to show up in game 1 and show the opponent why you are undefeated. And Afterburner said, yeah, this is my series. This is my grand finals. And 3 goals, hat trick already is absurdly impressive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially with, how little time it took. But wait a second. They're scoring on both ends as Flash gets a goal off of a great pass from Doge, just getting it past the entire defense.
Yeah, that's a great pass, dropping it down, and a little bit of an overcommit on that one, but that's just a beautiful pass to the midfield, and then Pineapples gonna get their first goal here at the grand finals.
That's a big goal. I mean, obviously stream nerves are going to be a thing, but you get that first goal, nerves are settled. You can score on this Gravelords defense. And wait a second, Flip gets an insane 50, and that one's just gonna go in the back of the net. Game changer. Flip strikes in game 1.
Yeah, the highest rated player in the rival league is showing up with a massive dunk. And, this guy's been a staple of this org for the last couple seasons here. And it's all eyes on him to perform well. And that's a massive dunk. And, after 3 quick goals by the Gravelords, the Pineapples come with 2 of their own. And they were almost hunted for a 3rd there, but couldn't quite find the demo. But still, an excellent response here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what you want. You go down 3 and you get 2 in less than a minute. Oh my goodness, this one might go in the back of the net. Gamebuster has to make a great save on very low boost. Silver can't make the double. Gamebuster sends it over. Flip has a little bit of time, but Afterburner, oh my goodness, what a beat by Flip. But unfortunately going to get demoed, or 50'd out by Gamebuster. Doge sends it down the pitch. Silver gets a touch himself, and Gamebuster's up. Can he get the redirect? He does, but it's not towards net, not on target. Afterburner gets bumped. That opens the area for the Pineapples to hopefully get a clear here, as they're still trying to get the Gravelords out of their own end. Flip, he gets the boost. Can he get out? Silver keeps it in there, and a nice bump from him. Gamebuster has an opportunity, but he doesn't have a lot of boost. Doge doesn't know that, though. Great 50 from him. Seems as though things have finally settled down. No more scoring, at least for now. I hopefully didn't caster curse that one, Rocker Man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a crazy start to the game. 5 goals really early on. Now as we're to the halfway point, things are starting to settle down a little bit here. But you got to play solid. Oh my goodness, what a fake there! But Flip is gonna help his team out, able to push that one away, and that's the that's the confidence that you got to have here in the rivalry grand finals to go for that fake there on the goal line here. And yeah, right now Pineapple's still in this one, but Gravelords are really starting to get their pressure back. I think the Pineapples just got to know it's a long series, stay calm, and be ready for a shot opportunity like that one off the post. It's not going to fall through there. Another great chance there.
I mean, I really like what Doge did, right? You know, he didn't have a lot of boosts. There's not many players who go up and try to shoot that one, but he just barely got over the defense and made quite the play. If only that went in, but a nice bump comes out. Doge can't really find much power on that one. Flip sends it down, gets 50'd out. Instead, Flash with a great touch. It's in the corner. A demo comes out from Flip yet again. They're really disrupting this Gravelords backline here. Gamebuster goes up with one. Tries to get a second, but Flash sends it down. This is on target. Can Afterburner get to it? Of course he does. Great play from him. He already has 3 goals in this game 1. Can he find another to put this Pineapples team away? We'll find out. Here's Gamebuster. Goes up top. Gets demoed out. That was a dangerous pass, but luckily Silver was back to defend that one. Doge sends it up high. Gamebuster's going to get a touch himself. It's off the ceiling, and Flip, he's going to put it on top of his car. Now he's going to go for the 50. A demo going along with that, and you know, Flip kind of looks like calm right now. There are a lot of demos coming out from it right now.
Yeah, no, you got to be calm here. It seems like he's really just locked in this moment, and that's what you want to expect from these players. You know, this is the biggest moment of their season here, the grand finals. Everything in this entire season, these last couple months, has all come down to this. You got to stay clutch, you got to stay confident, and be ready for anything as they're triple committing on the goal line. A little bit of panic there from the Pineapples, but still 40 seconds remaining here for them to try to find one more.
Yeah, you know, I think they can do it. We'll have to see here. Is, you know, it's going to be quite the task. A little over 30 seconds remaining. Flip on top of his car. The bump not able to get through. A nice squishy attempt, but at the end of the day, Gamebuster's going to get away with that one. Flash sends it to the corner. Doge, he's right there with full boost, but Flash takes it from him, sends it over to Doge. Flash back out. Flip is going to be there. He grabs the boost, gets on the sidewall, sends it off the ceiling, but Gamebuster is going to be there. Flash, nice pass over, no one there. Doge had to play it a little safe, but they're going to have to send everything they have here. 3 seconds left, and that one just might hit the ground as the Gravelords, after giving up 2 unanswered goals, find a win in game number 1 here to go up 1-0 in the series. And I have to say, that Pineapples run towards the end had, you know, I had me a little worried for the Gravelords, but, you know, ultimately, I think they really deserved that win. They were the better team in that one.
Yeah, no, they were. I mean, 3 quick goals, and the Pineapples just weren't able to bounce back from it there. And that's another thing, really. I mean, there's a lot of things, Gallium, that the Gravelords are good at. But that's one of the things is when they get up, it's so hard to come back from a lead, you know, on them. They just, you know, play so solid. The rotations are so good that it's so hard to break through. You know, despite the chances the Pineapples did have there, their rotations are just so solid. So really for the Pineapples here, heading into this second game here, I really need to see them come out with this first goal. You had some momentum there. You know, Flip and Flash both were able to get some goals in that last game to kind of bring it back a little bit. But I want to see them start out with the first goal, put the pressure on these Gravelords, make them feel something they haven't really felt much this season, which is being down. And, you know, I think they'll put themselves in a lot better position for game number 2.
Yeah, I think honestly, the adjustment is what really surprises me about Rival League. You know, the teams are just able to adjust like that. You know, it's like a snap of a finger, and it's not even like after a specific game. It's like mid-game sometimes. You know, they just adjust so well, play off each other so well. And this is a great example. I think the 2 best teams did make it to the Rival League Grand Final, and we're going to be treated to a nice game here as Flip gets it down the pitch. Flash is on the sidewall, gets a touch, but it's off the ceiling a little awkwardly. Doge can't find the touch. Afterburner unable to find the shot there. Flip, nice 50, and Flash has to get there. Silver going to beat him out, but not a threatening beat by any means. Doge, he can't find the boost. He's just going to have to hold on for his teammates to get back. As the Gravelords, they have a lot of boost to work with. Doge, he sends it out, though. A nice touch from him and allowing the Pineapples to finally get some boost and be able to make an outplay to one of their teammates. As that's not amazing pass, as 2 players get demoed by Afterburner, 1 remaining, and it's Flash. Silver with a nice attempt, but not going to be able to get through. Oh my goodness,
gosh.
what a pitch. That might be in net. Oh, that's just barely off. Wow, what an opportunity. And that one would have been a amazing goal for the Pineapples to start off this game too.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have after dodging those, after getting demoed and then dodging a goal there from the Gravelords. They almost found an insane pinch coming back, but the Gravelords, they're so solid finding those demos and putting the Pineapples in awkward positions. So, like I said, they just got to break out, find an opportunity like this one right here. Is this one sent down, but can be saved away?
Yeah, great save by this Gravelords team as Doge sends it off the ceiling. It's water falling down. Flash misses his touch. This is detrimental for the Pineapples. They don't have a lot of boost. Flash on the backboard. He gets 50'd out. Silver's there, but Flip, a great play from Flip. He's making a lot of great defensive touches, but Afterburner, he's there. Gets off the backboard. Gamebuster's there. Can't find the back in the net, and a lot of chances for this Gravelords team as Flash can't find the touch. Gamebuster gets a touch past Doge. Flip sends it to the side. Flash is going to chase this one down. Silver sends it to the ceiling, and Afterburner is going to chase this one. It's going to waterfall for him. Not going to be able to be a threatening play, or a threatening pass, rather. What a shot from Gamebuster. You saw the hesitation. That's like a Michael Jordan shot right there.
Yeah, no, a little bit of hesitation, waiting just for the right angle. He slowed down and then popped it right over the top of there and put it in the back of the net. That's a great place shot there. And again, the Gravelords just had so much pressure there. The Pineapples were unable to break out, and eventually it results in a goal.
Yeah, that is a great goal for this Gravelords team, who got 2 goals scored unanswered in that last game 1, and now they find themselves on the board first in game 2. Flip down to Flash. Flash is just going to put this one away. Great patience from the Flashmeister, and what an interesting play from Afterburner. I don't think he meant to do that, and it cost his team a goal here in game 2.
Yeah, a little bit awkward there, and you saw a demo come through from Doge, open up a little bit of space. There's been a lot of demos from Afterburner in this one to kind of start things off. He's 5th in the rival league in demos per game, so he knows how to get it done, but Doge was turning it on there. He's also top 15 in demos per game as well. So again, open up the space, and that's what can be so good against a team, that has such solid rotations, Gallium. If you can find those demos, get one player out of position, you can really give yourselves a great opportunity. We saw it right there, and the Pineapples were finally able to capitalize.
Yeah, and that's a great goal to break the ice, obviously, but you still have a lot of work to do. Gravelords, they're applying that pressure, but Flip, he sends it down the pitch. Afterburner has a 100 boost, but accidentally gives it away. This is a crucial mistake, and Afterburner, with his 2nd mistake of the game, costing his team yet another goal.
Yeah, and that's just, he's trying to buy some time. He wants to bring it up the wall, but it's just too heavy of a touch there, and that one goes ricocheting off the corner. Flip is right there. Doge is right there for the follow, and for the Pineapples, again, when you're battling a team that's perfect so far this season, you got to capitalize on any mistake that they made, and in this game right here, Gallium, they found 2 great capitalizations, and they find themselves in the lead.
%. It's great to be in that lead, and especially off of just executing so well, off of mistakes made by the Gravelords as Afterburner trying to find a pass, but unfortunately not going to be able to. Silver is demoed out, so not a whole lot of offensive presence for the Gravelords at this very moment, but they do have a lot of boost to work with. It's off the corner. Doge sends it down the pitch. It's now a 2v1, but Silver is going to be able to get to this one first. Doge can't find the touch. Silver tries to get it past Flash. Flash almost gets a touch. He's going to fake out Gamebuster, but Gamebuster, great defensive stand from him. Flip, he sends it to the side, fakes out his own teammate, but Doge trying to go for the demo. Great defense from Afterburner. Little over a minute left. These Gravelords, they need to find a goal here. Flash gets it over 1. Doge tries to 51. Flash, he's up with it. A nice 50, but this could be dangerous. Gamebuster with a touch. Flip, an amazing 50. I have no idea where he came from. Sends it to the side. Flash, he's up with it. He can't find the touch. And now Doge, he has a 1v1 opportunity. Silver, he's low on boost. Silver just sends it to the side. Smart play by him. It's off the corner once more. Flashy, over to Doge. Doge can't find the touch or the demo. Flashy gets it out yet again. Flip, he's up. Flip almost finds the back of the net, and Doge is almost going to find the back of the net as well. These Gravelords are locking down here, but they need to score. All of their resources have to go into scoring this ball in the back of the net to send this one into overtime or potentially win this game too. Doge sends it to the backboard. Flashy, he's going to have a touch in the corner. Flashy, he's on the corner still, just waiting for Gamebuster, wasting as much time as humanly possible here. Flip, he sends it into the corner as well. It's rolling in the corner. Flip across the pitch. Silver has to be there. No boost on the side of Gravelords, but Gamebuster, he finds a 100 pad. Doge, he's up with it. 1 second remaining, and they're just going to let the ball drop. Interesting decision there, but, you know, I got to respect it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe thinking there was just enough time for that ball to bounce, but, I mean, you got to be ready for that one regardless. But either way, Gallium, I mean, the Pineapples, with a great performance there, they did what they needed to do, capitalize on the mistakes. That was the big thing from the Gravelords. They've made you found a couple demos to open things up there, and you just got to capitalize. And that's what we saw in that game with some big goals there to capitalize on the opportunities. And again, that's really what it comes down to. When you're playing a team that's been perfect, you have to be perfect too. And so far in that game number 2, Pineapple's pretty close to it there, and they walk away with a win and tie the series up.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Pineapples, you know, especially going up against this Gravelords team who has obviously dominated all season long. You have to tie the series up to make them work for it, right? They haven't been in a lot of pressure-filled moments, or as many pressure-filled moments as the Pineapples have. They can use that to their advantage. They know they can clutch up in tight pressure situations. We'll just see if that comes into play later in this series as Game 3 going to the park. An amazing map, by the way, but Gamebuster, he's going to be up. Afterburner's up with it. Full boost, a nice 50 out. Flashy going to take a touch, leaves the boost for Gamebuster. Flash gets a nice 50, now Flip sends it down the pitch, a nice demo, but Gamebuster is going to be able to get there. Interesting touch. It was really soft, and Flash was able to get to that one. He sends it across. Gamebuster and Afterburner just going to chase that one into the corner. Flashy, he gets a touch. It's off the ceiling. Silver sends it down. It's off the ceiling yet again. It seems like the ceiling are both these teams' best friends at the moment. Doge can't find the touch. Flip, he can't find one either, but Flash, he sends it down into the corner. Afterburner gets a touch himself. Flip, he has an opportunity to shoot, and he takes it, but Gamebuster there with the save. He's been really stout on the defensive line early, and that's what this Gravelords team really needs, honestly, to come back from that Game 2 loss and get a Game 3 win here. And it's going to come off the back of Gamebuster's great defense here.
Yeah, no, Gamebuster's had a great playoff run thus far. 1.64 saves, so he's really a defensive menace. Is this one? No, it's going to be saved away. Silver, unfortunately, going to save his own shot there. But no, I agree with you. Gamebuster is such a defensive menace there. And this one is a shot towards that Doge. It's a pre-flip, but he can't get to it. And Afterburner is going to catch him out. And he needs some defense when he got offense like this fast shot.
You know, Silver might have saved his own shot, but Afterburner gets it right back off of a Silver pass. Great opportunity, great play. Fortunately, Doge did not have the boost to make that one happen here, but we'll see if Pineapples can't respond. Here's the Flip, sends a ball. It's almost on target. Doge with the shot, but Silver saves away. Afterburner with a nice beat. Silver gets a nice redirect down the pitch, and Afterburner on 0 boost just sends it towards the net, trying to apply some pressure here. Doge, 0 boost to work with. Fakes out. Silver gets a nice 50. Gamebuster has the ball. Instead, Silver can't get to that one, and Flash, he's going to take the ball. Tries to get a 50, and he gets a pretty nice 50 there. Afterburner off the backboard. Flip sends it into the corner. Gamebuster with a touch. Tries to get a second. It's a nice pass. Silver's there, but he pops it high into the backboard. Flashy with a single touch. Tries to find another. A great 50 up high. And that's what they were looking for. Flip, he has a double opportunity, but Silver's going to shut that one down. Doge sends it to the side. Afterburner going to be there with very minimal boost. Flash has to beat out Gamebuster, but Gamebuster with very limited boost is going to, as Afterburner sends it on target. Doge going to be there with a great save, and Pineapples are trying to transition into the offensive end. They're doing a pretty good job, but they can't maintain this pressure as the Gravelords just playing phenomenal defense right now. Silver sends it over. Doge gonna get a nice touch. Afterburner can't find that one. Gamebuster and Afterburner trying to go for maybe a pinch there. I can't say I hate it. I go for those all the time. It's off the ceiling. Silver tries to send it over, but Flash, he's going to be able to get to it first. Afterburner, it's going to waterfall down, but a beautiful demo by Silver. That is a great play to mitigate what could have been a dangerous shot.
Yeah, no, and that, again, that's what the Grave Lords, once again, do so well. Even when there's an opportunity, they have someone back or someone taking out the shooter there. That was a massive demo by Silver to wipe out the only dangerous threat there and give the Grave Lords a little bit of room to breathe there. And with 150 remaining here, Gallium, the Pineapples finally starting to get a couple of opportunities. But again, you can't be too set in your ways there, as the Grave Lords can easily get back on their pressure.
Grave Lords, I mean, right now, for instance, they sending constant pressure towards this net. I mean, they have 7 shots already, but Pineapples, they have 5 shots of their own, so they're not falling too behind. They just need to really pick up the pace here on the offensive end. They can't rely too much on their defense. They're going to have to get a goal here. Flashy sends it up high. Doesn't have any boost to work with, but pre-flips into the 50. A nice attempt from Silver to try to get that one down the pitch. Gamebuster is going to miss. Afterburner going to be there. Flip tries to get a shot off, but it's not going to be a very good position for him to work with. Flashy gets bumped. Flashy trying to come back and get to this ball. Doge gets to it first. Silver and Doge going up with it, and Gamebuster, he's gonna be there. Sends it off the sidewall. Flashy gonna try to send it off the backboard. He's successful. Can he find the shot? It's a shot on target, and what a play from Flashy to tie this game 3 up.
Yeah, that one, I thought he hit it too hard, but he lands in the Game Buster, and it actually slows him down perfectly to get him back in the right position. A good adaptation after getting bumped there to re-jump up for that ball and put it in. Just a great play to tie things up.
I mean, that was a great shot, very clutch shot from Flashy, but they're still going to have to hold on here to maybe send this into overtime, or maybe they just want to score and get this game 3 over with. I mean, beggars can't be choosers at this point as Flip fakes it out. Flashy, a great touch, tries to pinch it mid. Doge with the shot. Oh, it's just barely off. Flip tries to get there. Doge just controlling this ball. Silver, he gets it down the other way. Flashy sends it down. Doge with the full tank of boost, just going to send it to the sidewall. Flip, he's there. A nice 50 comes out. Flash with a single touch, trying to find the next read. He's unable to wait. Oh my goodness, that was actually a great pass from Flashy. I'm not sure how he found that one. Doge is still on the back line. 10 seconds left. That's a big mistake. Can this be capitalized on? No, not quite. Doge, he sends it to the sidewall. These Pineapples seem to have to get it out of their end. The Grave Lords are prone to scoring in these 0-second situations, but they're going to let it drop yet again. And it is overtime here in game 3. And Rockerman, can I get a prediction from you real quick?
You know, I think the Pineapples are going to find a way to take this one in this game 3, Gallium. I feel like they've had a couple of close opportunities, and they just need to find one through. I feel like the Grave Lords are playing a little bit panicked sometimes on the goal line, and the Pineapples, again, all it takes is one mistake to break through here, and you know, I think they're gonna have what it takes here and get it by them.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. At the end of the day, I mean, anything can happen, really. That's why games are played on the field, not on paper. Splash sends it to the side. Flash, a nice shot, but Afterburner is going to be there. Flip tries to get a touch and the boost and fails to do both. Afterburner, he's up with one. A nice 50 coming out from Doge. He had very minimal boost to work with there. Flash sends it up high. Flip, he's up with it. Silver going to get a pinch the other way. No one really there except for Flashy. Gamebuster. He's going to get a touch, maybe a double. Double comes out.
No.
Doge misses, and that is a heartbreaking way to end game 3 for the Pineapples, but what a goal from Silver.
I mean, this is just a great pinch from Gamebuster and Doge. He's trying to read the touch, but it just bounces around him, and the Grave Lords come through in overtime. A clutch performance from them to take the victory, and again, just so solid there. I mean, they held down on the defense. The Pineapples came back there. I mean, it really could have gone either way, Gallium. That was a coin flip game. And the Grave Lords, you know, they're going to win that coin flip this time around, put themselves up 2-1 in the series. And now all eyes going to be on the Pineapples to see how they can bounce back, head into game number 4. Really a must win here, Gallium, in my opinion, for their chances in this series. Because you just can't go down 3-1 to the undefeated regular season champions there in the Grave Lords. You got to find a way to get this win, to tie the series up, to keep it close, continue to keep that pressure on the Grave Lords. You just gotta find a way, Gallium. Whatever it takes, gotta find a way.
I mean, obviously you have to find a way, and you know, this is a must-win game for the Pineapples. I know it's not officially over yet. You know, if the Grave Lords win this, it's not going to be over, but Pineapples, as you mentioned, they just can't go down 3-1 to the Grave Lords. It just cannot be happening here. So we'll see if maybe they can get a nice win here in Game 4, but we'll have to see, as the Gravelords aren't really one for letting it have anything. As Flashy with another highlight reel goal just gets it over the defender, or maybe the attacker, Silver. Last one back, and Flashy just pops it over him.
Yeah, and if there's been one weakness on this Gravelords team thus far this series, it's been Silver. He's gotten beat out a couple times, a couple awkward takeoffs there, and the Pineapples, they were ready for that one. So if they can find him, take advantage of a couple opportunities like this one right here, follow-up attempt is going to be saved away. They can definitely make it happen, but that is an excellent start there, Gallium. Get the first goal on the board, put the Gravelords on the back foot.
Yeah, put the Gravelords right where they want them. You know, you get this first goal. It's very, very crucial to keep this momentum going. As we see Gamebuster gets a nice touch. As we see Doge, he's up with one off the backboard. Can anyone find it? Flash sends it towards the net, but it's going to be saved away. Doge, nice touch. Flash gets up with it. Flash trying to find another one. He's successful. A great touch. Doge, a little awkward there, but don't really blame him. That ball was kind of sailing at him from a weird angle. Doge pops it high. Gamebuster is going to get a touch. Gamebuster can't find this touch, though. Has 0 boost, and Flashy going to take control of this one. 2 up to try to beat him, and Afterburner is going to beat him here. Doge gets it down the pitch. Gamebuster sends it right back down, but Doge is going to miss his touch. Silver tries to get a flip reset and is going to be unsuccessful here. Flip sends it down. Gamebuster down the other way, and now Doge, he's collecting a little bit of boost, but he doesn't have a whole lot to get this one over defender, and he does. What a great play from him. Flashy, nice touch. Afterburner, he has 100 boost and a lot of real estate. Oh my goodness, what a save from Doge. That is an amazing save, and perhaps redemption from that Game 3 overtime unfortunate event that happened, Ruckerman.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a massive save right there, and you can't let Afterburner up there. Oh, big miss on the backboard. Pineapples can't quite capitalize, but you can't let Afterburner fly through with 100 boost, because that man is dangerous. And speaking of dangerous, Flashy is getting dangerous right there with an insane pinch to give the Pineapples a 2-0 lead.
I mean, Flashy, you know how bad he wants this one. He wants it so bad that he's trying to do everything in his power. He's scoring left and right, and let me remind you that he is a lower sal than every single one of the players on this pitch. He's the lowest sal on this pitch. So he's doing it all with not a whole lot of ranked expertise, you could say. I'm not really sure how to word that one, but that's not the point. Doge off the ceiling. Flash trying to get his 3rd of the game, and is unfortunately not going to be able to, but Afterburner the other way, not going to be able to find a Gamebuster with a little bit of boost. Doge, a great 50, almost gets the 2nd touch. That would have been an amazing touch. Flip just boxing out Gamebuster. Gamebuster gets a touch and the boost. What a great play from Gamebuster. Silver demos Flip. Afterburner's up with a bit of boost, tries to double it, but Doge yet again just there on the defensive end. Great plays from him. Flip gets a nice 50. Beautiful 50, in fact. Tries to pre-flip into that one. Flashy gets demoed out. Flip, a nice fake. He pops it high. Oh my goodness, gets it behind one. Doge tries to get there. Flashy just diving in. Very bold play from him, but, you know, I wouldn't expect anything less. Flip sends it off the ceiling. Flip tries to get it down the pitch, and he's going to. And, you know, I feel like we're harping on Flash and obviously Doge in the defensive end, but Flip, I mean, he's just been the most solid player this entire time. I don't think I've seen him lose a challenge. I mean, this guy, he is a Nemesis veteran, and you can definitely see how good Nemesis has made him at getting these 50s at some points, as we see there, a prime example. But Flip, he's just an all-around great player, and he's part of the reason why the Pineapples, they have a 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just a big player here in the rival league. Again, one of the best throughout the regular season, and that veteran status. He knows what it takes, you know, when it gets to this point in the season. Gallum, this is championship time. This is win or your season's over. As a big shot is going to go too high there. But he's such a smart player, and that's what makes him so good. He knows when to challenge. He knows how to find these 50s. He knows where to rotate, and he knows how to be in the right positions here to set it up off the backboard, looking for a teammate. But Pineapple's opting to play it a little bit slow here with a 2-goal lead, a minute remaining, not wanting to overcommit too far.
Doge, he missed a touch. Silver has an opportunity. What a save. Afterburner. He can't find the touch, and Flip, 0 boost. He sends it to the side. Gamebuster is going to send it in the corner. He gets the boost. Doge tries to get it, but Gamebuster passes it back to Silver. Silver with a single touch. Maybe the double coming out. Oh, just barely missing that one. But Gamebuster, oh my goodness, pandemonium in the Pineapple's end. But they finally get it out. I mean, these Gravelords, you can't Yeah, I mean, you really can't doubt them at any point in any game. Those were some amazing chances, but even better defense from the Pineapples. Flip gets it over 2. Great time wasting here. Gamebuster gets a challenge there. Flash sends it up high. Silver up high himself. He gets another touch. What a great read from him. Afterburner sends it off the corner. The ball is floating high. No one could get there but Gamebuster and the Gravelords. 8 seconds left. What magic can they make happen?
Yeah, I mean, this ball just pops up. Flash, he can't make that touch. It's a tough miss there. And now Pineapple's got to try to hold on, but this is a dangerous team when they got time left on the clock.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal, but I mean, Pineapple's Flashy has boost. 3 seconds remaining. He has full boost. He could just hit this one to the ground, and he opts to just try to go for a goal. Don't blame him. It ends up being dropped to the ground, and the Pineapples are fighting and clawing back in their way into the series, and now it's even. And now, Rocker Man, it's just a best of 3 at this point.
It's a best of 3, and it's guaranteed Forbidden Temple, Gallium. I love to hear it. That's my favorite part about these series when we get to these best of 7.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, woohoo indeed. We get to go to Forbidden Temple. Not quite yet, but soon. Where all the chaos and craziness is bound to happen. But I mean, again, we talked about how that was a must win for the Pineapples, and they stepped up so big. Flashy with a couple of great plays, 2 solo plays really, where he just stepped up and willed a goal in the back of the net, and that was the difference there. Flashy with the 2 goals, able to give his team the win there. And now heading into game number 5, winner is going to put themselves 1 win away from the championship, possibly 1 win away from perfection. The Gravelords can pull it off.
Yeah, the Gravelords, they're, so very, very close, but they're going to have to get past this fruity bunch right here. I mean, they have just been so good all series long at, responding to this Gravelords team, but Gravelords definitely still have that edge to them that makes them so dangerous. I mean, they overall in the series so far have been the better team, but Pineapples, they're fighting and clawing, and they had a lot of great opportunities. I just need to see more team plays. You mentioned it, Flashy. He had 2 solo goals last game, but most of the Gravelords goals have been just team plays. I think the opposite needs to happen for the Pineapples here. They need to get their teammates involved and try to create some more chances. As Flashy has an opportunity, gets dunked out by Gamebuster. This could be dangerous. Doge sends it into the corner, and Doge sends it down the pitch. Afterburner is going to be there. What a great touch from him, but he can't find another one. Doge, nice touch over to the side. Flashy, he's going to be there. Flashy gets a beautiful touch over to Doge. Wow, a lot of power on that one. Very, very nice. Flip off the ceiling. He gets a touch. Silver, he's a little awkward here. He's going to opt to just hit this one with very little boost. Gamebuster, a bit of boost himself. Flashy, he gets a touch. Maybe another one, almost. Just barely can't get to that one. Silver, he's going to be up for it. Silver gets a flip reset, flips into it, but unable to find the ball past Flashy. It's Afterburner. Tries to get it over. Doge up to Afterburner. Afterburner sends it off the ceiling. Flip, he's going to send it down. What a great recovery from Flip. He almost just faltered there, but what a save coming out from Afterburner. That's a highlight reel save there.
Yeah, it's not too flashy, but that is exactly what they needed there to save a goal. Afterburner in the perfect position. That was a beautiful pass and a great opportunity, but Afterburner smelled it out there, cut it off, and again, he is their leader of this Gravelords team, and what better way to lead than by example here, as Gamebuster can't quite knock that one down. It could have been a great opportunity there, but still, Gallium, we remain tied at 0-0.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things happening. I mean, obviously these guys have been playing for a fat minute, so, I understand, a little bit of mental anguish, but, hopefully they'll be back in the horse in no time as we see Flashy. Again, one of those solo plays, tries to get the 50 Afterburner. A great challenge from him. Doge has to get up high. He's going to be successful. Doge sends it out to the right side. Gamebuster, he's going to be there. Silver gets the touch. It's over to the middle. Flashy, he sends it over. Silver, a great demo. That's going to alleviate some defensive presence from the Pineapples and give the Gravelords an opportunity here. Silver gets a touch. It's in the corner. Tries to get a pass. Doge is going to be there, though. Great touch to get it out. Flashy going to try to send it over Afterburner, but great 50 yet again. It's off the corner. Gamebuster, he reads it. No one there to shoot it, and Doge just going to send it down. And Afterburner with full tank of boost is going to be there. A great touch, and oh my goodness, how in the world did he hit that?
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely diabolical. Pinch off the ceiling, come back down with the flip reset over the top. I mean, that was just insane.
Wow. A lot that's a great shot. I mean, you can't really say anything else. Looked a little bit like Zen out there, but obviously nowhere near as good as Zen. That's my goat. Flip, he sends it down. It's off the ceiling. Flash, he's going to get a touch. It's going to be off the corner, and all these Pineapple players are in very low boost, so getting this one out is very helpful for them. As Doge gets a touch, gets a second. Flip misreads the situation and can't find the shot. Flip gets this pass. He tries to shoot it. Game Buster now with a little bit of boost. Tries to pop it over Doge, but Doge, a great challenge from him. Silver, he sends it to the side. Flip, sending it down. Afterburner, he's there to intercept. Afterburner is dangerous in the air. They learned that the hard way last time, but Doge, he can't get there. Very, very close to getting there. Game Buster sends it to the side. And now Flip tries to get there. Flashy, oh my goodness, Game Buster accidentally hit that one. He doesn't have enough boost to get back to it. Can anyone be there? Flashy can't find the touch. Doge, he has to put this one on target, and he's unable to. I mean, I guess he attempt to get a pass out there, but there's a lot of people swarming the backboard there. A little over a minute remaining. Flashy down the pitch, gets a Flip reset, sends it to the side, and Flip, he's gonna be there. A nice pass coming out from Flip. Can he find it? Doge, nice attempt at a shot. Afterburner sends it into the corner. Flip, he's gonna be there. A shot comes out. Silver gonna save this one away. Flip over the middle. Doge, another save from Silver, and this Gravelord's defense is showing up and showing out here. Flash over the middle. Doge, he can't find the touch. Pineapple just being denied time and time again. Afterburner doesn't have a lot of boost. Game Buster gonna get this ball down the pitch, and Doge, he has a free ball, a lot of boost. Flashy, he's up with it. Can he find the read? Unfortunately, not gonna be able to. His Game Buster, he's gonna be there with a bit of boost here. Flip sends it over. Doge, nice touch from him. Afterburner off the ceiling, tries to get the 50, and he's gonna be successful here as Flip. He's gonna get a touch himself. Flip off the sidewall. He's not gonna be there. Flashy tries to send it towards the net. This one might be an opportunity. Doge, he can't find the back of the net. Flashy, he can't find the back of the net. The Pineapples need a score here to even it up. They're all backed up except for Flashy as this one hits the ground, and the Gravelords take game 5 and are up 3-2 in the series.
Oh man, that defense, Gallium, was insane. Every time the Pineapples made a pass in the midfield, the Gravelords slammed the door. They shut it down every single time. I mean, just an exceptional showing from them. They didn't get a lot of saves to their credit, but that's because they were denying these shots before they even came towards the net there. And really, all three of them just combining for that defensive performance to lock it down. And now one win away from the perfect season, but they've got to get through another test, Gallium, and that's the craziness of Forbidden Temple.
As someone who's played on their fair share of Forbidden Temples in their time, I will say it is just not at all what you expect every single time. You're like, oh, it's going to be like a little crazy, and then it's just, what in the world's happening? Like a double pinch into my own net, just that kind of stuff. And that's what Forbidden Temple brings us. And what a better place to potentially have the Gravelords winning this perfect season championship on this map. But Pineapples, they're hungry for a game 7, and we'll see if that hunger satiates them enough to get this game 6 win here. Flip gets a touch, not an amazing first touch, tries to find a second. He's not going to be there. Silver leaves it for Afterburner. Afterburner on no boost. Doge gets a 50. Silver has a bit of boost. Flashy's going to challenge him. A great challenge from Flashy. Afterburner has no boost on the backboard. Flip, he's going to be there. An interesting touch. Doge really wasn't expecting that one. It's off the corner. Doge sends it across the pitch. Flash is there. Silver intercepts it, and now it's Flip. Tries to send it down the pitch, but Doge down to Flashy. Flashy with the redirect. It's off the backboard. Can anyone be there? No, not at all. What a great opportunity, but unfortunately, all the Pineapples members are a little too far back here. Flashy can't find the touch. Game Buster tries to send a shot down the pitch and going to be successful there. Doge with a single touch. Gets another one. Can he find the double tap? Unfortunately for him, not going to be the case. Afterburner, he sends it down. A nice touch from Flash. Oh my goodness, he gets bumped by one, but it's going to stay upright here. Silver gets a touch. Afterburner's already up. He fakes it out, but Flip, a great save, but Game Buster, it's inevitable. You can run from it, but you can't hide.
You can, and Flip, he makes a save off a little bit of a fake there, and Game Buster on the Pineapples last season, but he's doing damage to them now on the opposing side there with a massive goal for his team, trying to cap off the perfect season.
I mean, I wouldn't expect any other performance other than a Game 6 Game Buster Classic as, whoa, wait a second, Afterburner makes a huge mistake. And I mean, shades of Game 2 Afterburner coming here. Wow, what an error.
Yeah, that one is just a big mistake and super uncharacteristic, trying to fall back down. But when he got flipped 10-10 in the pocket there, you know where he's going to place it. And that's the back of the net there to tie it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure. He's like a sharpshooter. He's like Hawkeye, you know, he doesn't miss.
Oh, yeah.
And can't give him those opportunities to shoot as Doge sends it to the side. Flip, he's going to be up with one. Tries to maybe get a double tap opportunity, but Game Buster's going to be there. Afterburner gets a touch. Game Buster's going to get bumped out. Afterburner sends it across. Silver doesn't have a lot of boost. It's just going to pop it high. Afterburner is up with it. Flashy gets beat out, and now Flip going to attempt to get a nice play. Oh my goodness, what a touch above Afterburner, but Flashy sends it down, tries to get another touch. Silver, great touch to keep it in the zone, and now Doge and Game Buster racing for this ball. Game Buster wins the race. Afterburner, he's up with it. He can't find the goal. Flip, he tries to get it out, but it's not going to be successful here. Silver, oh my goodness, what a double! He's just going to finish it off himself. What a play from Silver.
And that's the Forbidden Temple chaos right there. Silver just dives in, somehow gets his second touch over the top. I don't know how he did that, but he found a way, pinch it in the back of the net, and the Grave Lord's back on top.
You know, it's like the calculated quick chat in Rocket League. He definitely meant to do that, for sure. But Flip, he's going to be up with the ball. Under boost in his pocket. Flip tries to get the touch. Doge gets a touch himself. Tries to find a double, but Silver going to be there on the defensive end. Little over half the game to play. These Pineapples, they're going to have to find a goal here. Flip, he gets a touch. Fakes out one. Flip with 100 boost in the tank. Gets it over, and Flip, it's a masterclass from the Nemesis veteran.
He's taking it by them all. He causes them to run into each other, then takes it right over the top, finds the demo and the goal, and that's what you want from your captain.
I mean, listen, you can just see how bad these players on the pitch want it. This is just back and forth action. I mean, just an absolute classic brewing right here. Flip, he gets a touch, gets a flip reset. Doge, he's going to find the touch himself. A nice little fake out here. Afterburner going to get 50'd out by him. Game Buster, he's over there, but Flip, he's going to get the touch. This is not an amazing play from him, but Silver, he's just going to get it up. It's the waterfall down, and now Afterburner, his touch. It's going to go to the side, and Doge, not very much boost here. Game Buster floats past that one. Flash sent it to the side. Flip gets it to the side himself. It's off the ceiling, and Doge is already up for it. It's off the backboard. Game Buster, he misses his touch, but Silver, great defensive play. Silver is just playing out of his mind right now as he's trying to will his team to a perfect season in Game 6. Real Game Buster tries to get to it, but unfortunately not going to be able to. Flashy, he's going to miss his touch. Doge gets bumped out. Flashy is just going to take it again. Silver gets a nice touch. It's going to be off the backboard. Flip, a nice play down the pitch. Afterburner, he's going to get a touch. Tries to find another. Doge, he's off the sidewall, bumps out Afterburner, and Flip tries to race and get that one. Flashy, last one back. Silver's hunting him. Flashy gets a nice play and gets a nice double, but unfortunately for him, it still gets 50'd out. Silver, nice touch. Flip, he's going to send it down, and Doge is going to turn for this one. He doesn't have any boosts to work with, as a little over a minute remaining, and both of these teams still fighting to find that decisive goal, Rocker Man.
I mean, this is do or die time for both these teams here. The Pineapples need this one to force a game number 7, and the Grave Lords with a goal could send them to the perfect season, to the championship here. If they can bring it off, and, you know, as the pressure is on, who is going to step up there as that one is going to ring a little bit wide.
Okay, interesting things are happening, you know, for Forbidden Temple, you know, yada, yada, yada. Is Flashy off the ceiling. Can't really find the touch, and he's going to continue his momentum into the offense.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness, this one's just in! Doge with the 50 of his life to put the Pineapples up by 1.
This map cannot keep getting away with this, Gallium. What a dunk there. It pinches all the way in the net. And Doge, he wants game 7, 37 seconds away. Can they hold on?
They just need to hold on. I mean, the Pineapples are out shooting the Grave Lords. They're shooting 70 or close to 75% right now. So they're, I mean, great position here. But Silver might have something to say about it. Doge gets bumped up high. Afterburner with a backflip. Tries to get the touch out. Flip Gonna send it up to the ceiling. Flashy, he's there. 50, comes out. Silver sends it down. Doge, he's up with it. Sends it into the corner. Flip, he's there. Tries to get a touch. Oh my goodness, what a bang. Oh my, that might just go in as Afterburner has to make a save. That is a very, very nice touch from Flip, but Flashy finds the demo. Afterburner's awkward. Flip, he's gonna try to put a pass, but Afterburner gets a pass. Doge, he has no boost. Game Buster, he has a lot of boost. Sends it down. Both of them miss, and Rockerman, it's inevitable. What did we say? Game 7. We knew this one was going to be a classic, and the Pineapples deliver in Game 6 to take us to Champions Field. I mean, this is an all-time classic.
I mean, this is just a certified classic right here. Perfect season on the line. Just some Chaos Gallium in game number 6. I mean, we talked about it. You know, you get to Forbidden Temple, you're going to see some crazy things happen. And the crazy things, they fell just enough the Pineapples' way there in that game number 6. And now, Gallium, it all comes down to this. This is one game. The Gravelords, so close. They can taste it. They can taste the perfect season. They can taste the championship. But the Pineapples there, the underdogs for sure here. They've played so well. A couple of clutch goals. They have that ice, Gallium, that clutch factor. But can they pull it off? I mean, it's just one game. It's just one game. Whoever comes out with this first goal, going to get their teams in a massive position to take it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you always say in these game 7s, you know, you got to get that first goal. Whatever you do, you got to get that first goal, man, you know, and both these teams, they're looking for it. Season on the line, 5 minutes of Rocket League to decide the Rival League Championship. Who's going to take it here? Will it be the undefeated Gravelords, where the Pineapples shock the world and take them down as it's off the backboard early? Silver, he sends it down. Flip sends it into the corner. He's going to race for it. Gets demoed out for his trouble as Afterburner. He's going to turn for it. Game Buster sends it across, and Doge going to miss his touch. Afterburner with a single touch. Flip is there. Almost a shot on target. Silver, amazing attempt from him. Game Buster sends it back, and not an amazing touch. This one is very dangerous. Flip, he's going to be there. Flip misses his touch. This is a lot of nerves showing here early on. Flash, he's going to get a touch, but it's not ideal. Doge, he's going to send it into the corner. A lot of nerves going on here, but it's game 7, so not really taking that out of the question just yet. But Silver, he's up. Oh my goodness, what a save from Flashy. Very great poise from him. He takes the ball on top of his car. He's just going to wait. Nice flick. Afterburner, he gets there. What a save, and what another touch. That is an elite defensive play from Afterburner. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Afterburner, he's been so good. He's been a little bit shaky at times, but he's been so clutch on the other end as well. But it really comes down to these saves, Gallium. When you mentioned it, the nerves are so big here for both these teams. This is the biggest game that they might have ever played in their entire lives here, and they want to find a way to get the victory. And you're going to see a lot of tense moments here in this game 7.
Yeah, as Flip, he takes it across the pitch. Doge, he has a little bit of time here. Nice 50 off of Afterburner. Doge, he doesn't have a lot of boost, but they don't know that. Oh my goodness, he's going to waterfall down, but Silver, a great touch. He's been excellent in goal all series long. Flash, he sends it up high. Silver's going to get a touch. It's off the ceiling. A pinch comes out. It's off the sidewall. Flip, he's going to get a touch. Gets another touch. It's going to be a fake, a tactical fake from Flip, but real Game Buster. In a 2v1 against Flash. Flash, what a challenge. Gets over both the attackers there. Afterburner sends it down. Doge down the other way. This could be dangerous. This one is an open net, but Flip, he can't get to that one. 3 minutes left. Pineapples had an opportunity there. Couldn't put it away. Game Buster almost missed that one, but a great touch from him at the end of the day. Afterburner gets a touch off his own backboard. Flashy, he's going to try to 50 it out, and he's going to be successful here. Doge, almost with the touch. Game Buster's going to get in his way. Flip, he's going to get a touch himself, and now he's going to get demoed for all of his trouble. Silver, going to pass it out. Afterburner, what a play from the Gravelords. 1-0.
And that's just a massive play. You find the demo, you find Silver just tossing it over, and that's a perfect pass. Doesn't throw it off the corner, hits it just straight middle, and who else but Afterburner ready to shoot that one in, and the Gravelords, they are the ones that strike first.
I mean, Silver with a great pass. I mean, he's really come alive in these past couple of games. As a shot comes on target, they're going to deal with that one as, oh no, a big mistake, and Afterburner is going to clean that one up. Not really sure what happened there.
Oh, that's just a tough one there. A little bit of collision right there. Flip was trying to take it up, and Flash just knocks him out of the way. And Afterburner is ready. You can't make those type of mistakes in game 7 here against an undefeated team. And now, with 2.5 minutes remaining, Gallium gonna need a big comeback here as another miss comes through. Pineapple's really feeling the nerves.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame them at all, but can't have those moments here. As wait a second, Game Buster makes a mistake, but makes the great save. Flashy can't put it away, and that one was so necessary to get this one back in them. Oh my goodness, Afterburner's gonna do it himself yet again. A hat trick in game 1. How about a hat trick in game 7 too?
Oh my gosh, Afterburner, he wants it all. The flip reset over the top is insane work right there. A massive save from Game Buster before to lead to that one. And the Gravelords chasing perfection 2 minutes away.
2 minutes away from Nemesis history here as Silver sends it off the ceiling. Doge is going to be there. Pineapples have to score now. It doesn't matter if they get scored on at this point. They need a goal. Guys, wait a second. This could be an opportunity flip. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make that touch. Doge off to the side. Flashy, he's there. Flashy gets the wave dash. Demo's one, but Doge there to collect that one. Flip, he sends it down. Silver gets it down the other way. And now Doge, he gets it back into the Gravelord's end, and Afterburner, he's going to be there with a little bit of a solo play himself. A nice touch. Game Buster, he's going to get it past one, but Doge, nice defensive play. He's been great on defense this entire series, but you wouldn't notice based off the scoreboard so far as Game Buster sends it to the side. Flashy, a nice 50. A minute and 20 remains. A minute 20 is separating the Gravelords from a championship here, and the Pineapples are doing everything in their power to get a goal here. They have the same amount of shots as the Gravelords. They just haven't been able to put any of them away, Rockerman.
Yeah, no, and with a minute remaining, you gotta capitalize on every single one, but this is what the Gravelords have been so good at, is there's another opportunity. They can just park the bus so well, Gallium, find the demos, find the open net, and find a dagger. Game Buster puts it in, and the Gravelords, they can feel it now.
I mean, it's all but a formality at this point. Game Buster down the pitch. A great demo comes out on Flashy, the third man, and, you know, Pineapples, little less than a minute, score 4 goals, you know, it's whatever, you know. I've definitely been done before, I'm sure, but it's going to have to be a miracle from them. Doge up with one, tries to get the touch. Game Buster gets a touch himself, and now Flashy, he gets the touch. He's been great all series long. Can he work some magic? Afterburner gets the 50-50. And the clock just keeps on ticking down. No stopping it at this point. There's no timeouts in the middle of games here. Flashy sends it across. Doge tries to get it down the pitch. Back to Flashy. Game Buster, he sends it over. Flip gets it up high. Tries to find it past Silver, but it's going to be blocked out, and this ball is floating towards this Pineapple land. 15 seconds, and the Gravelords have just about done it. Nemesis history. No team in the rival league has gone undefeated except for the Gravelords, and they do it with style as Afterburner gets his 4th goal of the game.
Yeah, he gets a massive one here. Not really much Flip could do. He just sets it up there, Afterburner, with an insane follow to really put the dagger in. And Gallium, these guys are going to join only 2 teams in Nemesis history. The Drakes of Season 3, who went 19-0, and the Wisps of Season 10, who went 21-0. They have done it. Nemesis history is here. The Gravelords complete the perfect season and are the Season 13 Rival League champions.
What a series we had on our hands, but the Gravelords, they were just too good, man. I mean, you can definitely see why they went undefeated this entire season, and what an effort from the Pineapples, but Gravelords, man. I mean, just key plays from each player on that team. I mean, it really, truly was a team effort. I mean, when Afterburner was having his struggles, both his teammates stepped up. You know, it just really was that kind of game for the Gravelords, and that's why they won the series ultimately, is because they were adjusting. They were just constantly having that pressure, and the Pineapples just couldn't handle it. But you know what? That was cinema. End of story. But man, what a series.
Yeah, it really was a great series from both the teams. You got to give props to the Pineapples. They battled it all the way. I mean, that team was perfect. And, you know, they weren't quite perfect tonight, but they did what they had to do to lock it down. 21-0. I mean, just an impressive feat. Again, only the second team to ever go 21-0 in Nemesis history. So they've gone where pretty much no one's gone before. And I mean, just a dominating performance from them. And like you mentioned, I mean, when one person had an off game, the next person stepped up. It was a 3-man effort, the way it has been all season. You'd expect nothing different from them in the grand finals in Game 7, and they take it all.
They take it all in very, I mean, heartbreaking fashion for the Pineapples. But honestly, that was a very thrilling series. But we might have another thrilling series on our hands as we go to the pinnacle of Nemesis Gaming League play as we go to the Titan League to witness a clash between two Titans, and I'm sure you guys aren't going to want to miss it. Thank you again, Rocker Man, for streaming and commentating with me.
Yeah, no, Gallium, it's always fun. And, again, we're excited for the next matchup. It's coming up in a couple minutes. Phoenix taking on Nebula. So stick around and we'll see who is going to be the last champion of Season 13. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Peace out.
Ooh, I'm exhausted. Why is everyone always talking? Ooh, I'm so empty. If I wanna lose control, would you let me, let me? I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to make me feel alive. I promise in the morning I'll quit. I just wanna know if I survive. I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to get me through the night. I promise in the morning I'll quit. Anything to get me through. I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to make me feel alive. I promise in the morning I'll quit. I just wanna know if I survive. Ooh, at night, I can feel it in my soul and my conscience. Ooh, are you busy? If I wanna lose my mind, are you with me, with me? Think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to get me through the night. I promise in the morning I'll quit. Anything to get me, 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 get me. I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to make me feel alive. I promise in the morning I'll quit. I just wanna know if I survive.
He puts it in! 0 seconds remaining! He seems to be playing hard for it. It's, oh my goodness! Rudy, what is this?
Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Kato, Scott, oh, he gets the flick and he gets it through. Place there's Hank. He's gonna get the shot. He's gonna put it in. Back to back. On the backward, can he find the touch? He's gonna put the shot on the net.
High off the backboard here. Opportunity. Here comes the shot.
Hold on. Surely this kid. Oh my lord.
Go with the shot. It's gonna go in.
Oh, Palpatine on the goal line. He did not nearly over. Sweet. It comes through. The venom, the improbable, the impossible. The 4-time champions. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League as we are here for our final grand finals of the night. We just had an absolute banger of a series all the way to Game 7 in the Rivalry Grand Finals. The Grave Lords cap off the perfect season. What a performance from them, Ventus, and what a matchup we're lined up to have here in the Titan League.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't be here. This situation being in the grand finals, being taken down by Nebula. But man, both these teams, I think that they have really high ceilings. I think that they can come out and kind of show everybody what they got. I think this is going to be another really good matchup. I think that, maybe Nebula had a little bit of an easier time through the bracket. I know that they missed, or they got to take advantage of Bolt missing for Blizzard and Logan missing for Grandmasters. So, people say that this team is Mickey, but, I played against them. They are a very solid team, very demo heavy, very bump heavy, relying on Zin a lot on the defense. You see 1.62 saves during the postseason. So it's going to be a lot of solo plays coming out, a lot of Denzi and Zin connection, a lot of Zin being back third man, and Shega's just going to do what he does and just bump everybody and their mother. And so this roster for Nebula is going to be kind of tilting to play against, but I think that Dimitri, Zen, and Nezdik definitely have the tools and what it takes to take this one. I don't know if you want a prediction from me, but I'm going to give you one anyways. I think that, as much as I think that Nebula can have a really high ceiling, I think Phoenix has just a bit higher. I think that Phoenix is a better team overall. I think Zen is an absolute monster with mechanics. Dimitri is a better third man than Zinvez, and I think that Phoenix is going to be able to take this. I think it'll be a little closer than people expect, but I think it's going to be in 6.
Alrighty, well, we're going to have to see as we are underway for the Season 13 Titan League Grand Finals. We have Phoenix, that 2nd seed there in the orange tonight, taking on Nebula, the 5th seed. They are rocking the purple, and Phoenix saw their roster a little earlier, but now we can see them on the pitch with Dimitri, Nezetik, and Chef, and then Nebula with Teshega, Denzi, and Zinvez here. And once again, Ventus, we got a lot of veterans in the lobby here who have got a lot of high-level experience playing in some really important games here.
Yeah, and Zinvez and Denzi, these two players have been playing together. They play for the same college team. They play on the same competitive Rocket League team for RLCS quals. You're talking about high-level play, and these guys have also been on the same Nemesis team for, it feels like, 5 or so seasons at this point, and these two have just been playing together almost non-stop since they started duoing together. So I think that their communication, their chemistry is just off the charts. And I think same thing with Chef and Dimitri. These two play on the same RLCS team. They've made, I believe, top 64 in NA in their RLCS runs. And they are a really solid duo. Both these guys, all these players have such a high ceiling. Everybody either plays for a really high college level team, a good RLCS team, and unfortunately, the one player I haven't really mentioned, Nezdik, is going to open up the scoring. Really, that's the one player I don't know much about. He's the X factor in my opinion. If he pops off, Phoenix are going to have a good run.
Yeah, no, and he's played pretty well so far throughout the playoffs, and that's what you need. A lower MMR player in the Titan League, but knows how to step it up. But this is an insane pitch. Oh my goodness, Teshega with an answer.
Yeah, and you think of him more of the demo guy, but a great Arsenal reset, getting it around Dimitri. The pinch there as well. Bottom left corner, perfectly placed. Speed just enough to get it past Chef. And I mean, beautiful play out of Nebula. Good solo play as well. Shega's the player who you don't really expect. He's more the enabler. He wants Zinvez and Denzi time on the ball. But man, he has the tools and he has the ability to show off some great solo plays too, and some great plays as well as he looks to continue. It gets a little bit of a fake there.
Yeah, no, that was a massive play, and again, another player who's had some grand finals experience before there, a couple championships to his name, and yeah, he's paired up with Zinvez, who's made it to 5 grand finals himself, so they've got some experience on their end for sure, and Tashega using it off there early, and Zinvez trying to use some of his experience there, trying to find a 50, but Chef and Dimitri gonna work together to clear this one back down into the Nebula end as this one pitched back out in the midfield. Phoenix waiting for it, gonna push this one off the walls. Zinvez chasing that one up, gonna push it back down. Chef has to get this touch, able to clear it off to the corner. Tashega gonna backflip there, maybe leaving it for Denzi, but Chef, he's just gonna collect it, just gonna chase it down. This one can be sent a little bit too far though for Phoenix to quite continue with it. Dimitri drops it down again. This one shot towards net. Tashega looking for a bump. It finds the redirect though. And this one, another opportunity towards net, but Chef is right on top of that one, able to clear that one away. As now Ventus, we have about 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining, still tied at 1. Both these teams had a couple of good opportunities early, but now trying to find that breakthrough goal to give them a game 1 victory.
Yeah, I mean, once these teams have kind of solidified themselves in the midfield, oh my, Zinvez trying to do his best own goal impression there, but luckily the post is going to save him on that one. Yeah, both these teams just kind of playing really well in the midfield, challenging for each other early, not really double committing, but as I was going to say that I see a double commit directly in the Phoenix half. Another great ceiling pinch there from Denzi, some mechanical plays and some solo plays coming out from the side of Nebula, whereas it seems like Phoenix just trying to push the ball out, trying to get a counterattack and utilize the missed touches from the Nebula roster to their advantage. Is that is a great 50 back into the Nebula half, a good bump as well. Dimitri looking for a shot opportunity, but another team bump there coming out from Phoenix, just absolutely destroying any kind of momentum that they have. But once again, it's just the midfield presence for both these teams just holds really strong. You have a lot of good challenges in the midfield to leave their third men in such great positions to be able to make a great save. But as I say that, a great play comes out from the side.
Oh my gosh!
It's still off the post, and that one finally going to go in the back of the net, and Shep is the one to do it. He almost had the shot there earlier, but he's going to get this one. It looks like Zinvez trying to play the shot on off that play from Neztic, but the post rang supreme, but it can only ring supreme so many times.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was on the Nebula goal line for what it felt like 3 minutes there as they finally put that one in the back of the net. Phoenix gonna grab that one, but Denzi, he wants this one, and it's gonna pop right back to Tashega. A great passing play leads to a goal for Nebula.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunate turn of events. It seems like as soon as Phoenix started to get some momentum and pressured the Nebula half, it seems like Phoenix just crumbled on defense. A great play there from Shega. He's telling me to not worry, he's going to get his bumps in, and I know he is. I think he's done really well, though, just to kind of switch up his gameplay. I know he's been chasing some bumps and some demos. It's been annoying Dimitri, especially as that third man, but he hasn't really found his mark just yet. But man, oh my gosh, what a slot there, top right corner post and in, as a great shot coming out from Neztic. A great play from Phoenix, and it seems like both these teams just clapping back, answering every single call. You see one player getting a goal, one team getting a goal, turns out the other team then instantly responds.
Yeah, that was a great shot, and Nezetic really showing up early here in game number 1. We talk a lot about Dimitri and Chef and how, you know, they've teamed many times before, even in the Nemesis Grand Finals when they were on the Bananas a couple seasons ago. And now it's Nezetic who's stepping up big with that one as Nebula trying to find something, some fakes coming through, flicking over the top there, forcing a double commit from Chef and Dimitri, but Dimitri just going to carry that one out, going to find a big bang as Nezetic now punting this one, the ball out of the midfield. This one just shot off the backboard, trying to waste a little bit of time away. Phoenix looking poised to hold for game 1. Nebula gonna have to make a 0-second run here as this one's back in their corner. Chef shooting that one towards the corner, can't get to it, and Phoenix come through with a game 1 performance there, led off the back of Nezetic.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think I gave flowers to Neztic. I talked about Chef and Dimitri being a dynamic duo and, you know, playing really well together, but look at Neztic right there. I mean, top of the leaderboards, great goals. He had a great shot there to perfect top right corner to get that goal. He helped lead the offense, which is something I kind of expected Chef to do, but the midfield presence, they've been instant challenging him, trying to get the ball off of Chef, and so it allows Neztic so much more time to do what he does best, and he's really shown out. He's allowed this Phoenix roster another jolt of offense, and he's just done really what Phoenix has needed to stay in the lead, because Shega stepped up for Nebula, but man, Neztic stepped up just a little bit more.
Yeah, he did, and that's what it comes down to, really, when you get to the grand finals. We got teams that are just so good on both ends, and sometimes all it comes down to is who's going to step up in the moment. And what we saw in that game one moment was Nezetic with 2 massive goals, leading Phoenix to the game 1 victory, starting out strong in the series. And now as we head to game number 2 here, we'll see if Nebula can find an answer to try to tie this series up, or Phoenix can take a commanding 2-0 lead, as Chef is already jumping on this one. 50 comes through. Zinvez looking out for Denzi, trying to find him there. Denzi looking to take this one up towards the backboard. This is the pass out in midfield to Shega with an opportunity. Gonna force Chef to use a lot of boost after that one. He's able to push it to the corner, trying to stay with it. Zinvez pops this one high, pretty close to the backboard though. So Phoenix is gonna be able to clear that one out, as Cheshega a little bit too far up on that one. Phoenix gonna send this one off the backboard, looking for a shot, but Zinvez is going to send it over, and now possible attempt here. Zinvez is looking for that demo, but a great dodge there from Nezetic. Able to push that one away there. And this one is a stealing shot towards the net. Going to be saved away by Dimitri here. And Nebula, they have these opportunities here, but Phoenix have done a good job shutting them down thus far.
I think the biggest thing is it's all been solo plays coming out from Nebula. It seems like the ceiling pinches, the resets have really been what this team has been looking at, but they haven't seen any infield passes. We haven't seen the chemistry between Zinvez and Denzi, and a double commit between Zinvez and Shega, and another mistouch there from Shega as well. The other double commit at the very end is just going to allow Phoenix a free shot on net, and I mean, who else but Neztic opening the way once again, able to get the challenge, able to get the beat, able to get the score there for the Phoenix roster. And this is going to be something that the Phoenix are going to have trouble with, is this really aggressive kickoff from the Nebula. They got a lot of kickoff goals in their series against Blizzard and against Grandmasters with a super hard cheat delayed kickoff, and it allowed them so much pressure. Is another great shot coming out from Denzi, this time Shega chasing the bump, and that one post in. Denzi gonna help them, but I mean, this is off of a great kickoff. They were able to get so much pressure and momentum early on, able to get all the boost on the field, and it's gonna be really difficult for Phoenix to kind of get rid of that kickoff.
Yeah, no, it is. That's what we saw. You brought it up, and that's a great point, because it's been so good, but it's not gonna be good there. As Dimitri is gonna come in just in time. Shega can't get it away, and they had the setup there. Zinvez just got absolutely pre-jump of doom.
Yeah, the pre-jump of doom and despair is what I love to call that. It seems like he lost his flip there, had to jump off the ceiling, hit the ball a little bit too far away on that ceiling touch, and it allowed Dimitri just to get a dunk. He was just pure playing the dunk. The touch doesn't come through, and he was able to get the beat anyways. And unfortunately, Zin was the last man back. That's one of the things that you'll see happen, is because they have so much faith in Zinvez as the third man, if he makes a critical mistake like he just did, it usually will end up in a goal. They love to leave Zinvez back as third man so that Shaken can play more aggressively, and it's worked out time and time again, but also it does open themselves to that possibility of error, and Zinvez can't play perfectly all the time, and when they do, Phoenix is going to have to be able to capitalize and counterattack.
Yeah, they've had a couple of great counterattacks thus far. This one's dropping down off the post there. Can't quite push that one through. It looked like a great opportunity, as this one is going to ring off the side of the backboard there. Another great attempt as Phoenix are trying to add to their lead here. This one's still in the Nebula corner. Zinvez going to push it down a little bit. It's just floated on the midfield. Fake comes through, trying to style on him, forcing a double commit there, but it's going to be sent away. It's just Chef. Tenzi tried to take him out of the equation there, but Chef is going to find that double tap off the backboard. Able to push that one away as they still hold on to their 1-goal lead here. Shega taking control in the air, just able to get it over the top of one. Zinvez sending it a long way, but Dimitri is back and awaiting, and it does seem like Ventus a couple times here. Nebula, they're finding a beat past the first two, but then just kind of giving it away and allowing that third to take possession.
Yeah, I think it's more of a tribute to how well this Phoenix roster's second man is playing. The second man's force is so good. The great fake there from Dimitri, allowing the second man a free shot on target, even though two members back for this Nebula roster. unfortunately just not going to be enough. A perfectly placed shot from Chef, good power. And, you know, the Nebula roster, they have gotten those beats, but they usually get bumped, or the beat isn't in a spot where they can follow it up. And so the third man just gets a free ball, or is not a very difficult ball to play. And that's what Phoenix has done really well so far in this game. And I think the bigger thing is that Nebula has had all these double commits and triple commits even on the defensive side of the ball, so that they don't have the boost or the ability to outlet pass out for each other or get the ball out of their half. Oh my gosh, a great save from Chef. The bar reigns supreme as a shot from Shega is going to be off the mark. And even though Nebula had some great shots, it's not going to be enough. It might be a counterattack as Chef looking to pop this one there. Shega needs to get a good touch in this one. Not going to be followed up, and Phoenix going to have to reset.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane. I don't know how they got that ball away, Ventus. I mean, it looked like a great play. Look, there were some bumps happening in the net, too. But still, Phoenix and their defense, it holds strong there. And now, with 50 seconds remaining, Nebula, oh my goodness, Chef, watch out as he finds an insane double tap off the backboard, and it's 4-1 Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta love the confidence that Chef has. He just pre-jumps the touch there from Shega. Shega, not a great touch, gives the ball away to Chef. Chef perfectly put himself in position for a double. He's never gonna miss those, I'm not gonna lie. He is very automatic when it comes to those double tap opportunities, and I mean, a great play. 4-1 scoreline in this game. Might be a 5-1 as Nestic gonna put this one, muscle it through, and that's a great play. Gets the dunk on one, gets the 50 on two, and Zinvez, I think, or no, that was Denzi as the last man, couldn't get the touch. Nestic gets the dunk anyways, and Phoenix, a 5-1 scoreline in game number 2. Very different from the very close game of game number 1.
Yeah, no, they're really starting to dive into this one as Nebula, well, their kickoffs there, coming back a little bit there to Shega is going to get one. But with 38 seconds, Ventus, it's going to be a tough road.
Yeah, and I mean, this, unfortunately, you just got to go on from that. Those are gonna happen a couple times. You just got to hope you have the lead. You don't want to give one of those up and put yourselves down in a hole. But they have a 3-goal buffer still after giving up that one kickoff goal, and you know, I think that's gonna be enough. I don't think that this Phoenix roster is gonna troll the lead away that easily. As you know, they're just gonna waste time. They're gonna take it in solo play. It wastes like 10 seconds at least, and just whittle the clock down, and Phoenix is going to be able to take game number 2. I think that Nebula has had shines, but I think that their defense has been a little bit lackluster. As another double commit, that's been the tail of the thing. I think Shega, trying to do too much a lot of the time, has kind of been more of the enabler, more of the midfield presence, and hasn't really rotated all the way back to the end of Nebula. And you see him time and time again just ended up being in these double commit opportunities where his team has free balls and free possession plays, and he kind of just gets in the way of it. I think that him playing more of aggressive in the midfield and more steal the boost, get the bumps, just be an enabler instead of trying to do too much is just kind of help Nebula be more threatening. But as of right now, it's causing too much mayhem for their own half.
Yeah, there's definitely some mayhem on the Nebula side, and you know, we want to see the mayhem in game 6, Ventus. That's where we want to see it, not in game 2, and not of your own accord there. And now Phoenix up 2-0 here in this one, and a dominating game 2 performance, looking to keep things rolling heading into game number 3. And now it's up to this team here of Nebula Ventus to try to find a way to battle back. We'll have to see if they're going to opt to use a timeout. We know with Titans, they hate to call the timeout there. I know you're one of the Titan players that likes to call a timeout, but those Titan players don't like to use a timeout. But hey, if there was a time for a tactical timeout, I feel like it would be now.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think that game 1 was really close, but game 2 completely got out of hand. It looks like I disconnected from the Rocket League servers, so I'll have to get back in here shortly. But the double commits, the thing I noticed was that Shega had 0 demos that game. I think that they could have definitely changed their game plan. I think they need to go back to how they've been playing that worked in the postseason and regular season so far, to allow Shega to be that kind of enabler almost exclusively, just force challenges, give them free balls, give Zin and Denzi free space, but they elect to not use their timeout. I think that the game got completely out of hand for them. They should have called a timeout, but maybe they're confident in their abilities, or maybe they're just not going to use the timeout anyways, even if they do get in a hole.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta love the confidence, but we'll have to see if it's gonna pay off here, as this game, almost a must-win here when it comes to best of 7 series, especially in the grand finals. Oh my goodness, double tap attempt. Not quite going to find its way on target there. Now Nebula on the counter attack, looking to fake this one out, looking to flick this one off the backboard. Dangerous ball. Chef can't quite find the touch. Dimitri is going to help him out, but this one sent right back in. Dimitri again taking control, going to find that flick as a demo. Open up the space. The net is wide open, and Tenzi is going to come in. The whole team getting in on the party.
Yeah, just a couple missed touches there from Dimitri, and then the demo coming through from Zinvez, though, this time. Triple commit doesn't matter when they put it in the back of the net, as well as Chef trying to get the clear out. Was able to get a touch, but with all the players of Nebula committing, it's going to be a tough way to find a hole in that, pre-jump. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to. Nebula are going to take a lead here. They are... I don't know if I say they're looking better. There's still a lot of double commits, and they still aren't really trusting each other, which isn't something you really want to see, especially when you're supposed to have a lot of chemistry between these 3 players. As I mean, they've been the same players for this Nebula roster the entire season. They might have had to come from a trade. Zinvez got traded from Blizzard. I believe it was at the very start of the season, though, and before matches were played, so it shouldn't count. But Neztek is actually just going to find a hole in the rotation here. Denzi pushing up to front post, not staying back post, and a perfectly placed shot going to completely negate Nebula's previous score.
Yeah, and that's a tough one right there. You're playing good enough. You get the first goal. You're trying to bring it back here in game 3, and then a boomer just heads right to your net there. A tough one for Nebula. But Phoenix, a great capitalization, and Nezetik, he's been a shooter all series long. And no different right there is Dimitri now trying to style on it. Gonna leave it for Chef there. Oh my goodness, that was a nasty fake. And they're gonna capitalize and take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, a great leave there from Dimitri. That's the communication and the chemistry there coming into play. A great leave. The boost steal was gonna come through. And Chef takes a great shot on net, putting them up 2-1. And it seems like the way that they have countered this Nebula kickoff is also just to completely hard cheat and play the exact same kickoff. And another double commit having to come through. Phoenix getting all the pressure early. Another beat on the midfield, but Denzi having cleared this one away. But Neztek, a great pass to Chef. Chef to the backboard, but that one saved away by Zinvez. But man, this Phoenix roster has just been lighting up the shot boards. But this might be a shot on target. Great save from Dimitri, having to dodge so many bumps and demos. And I know that he's not a big fan of those. Might be something where the mental might be impacted if Nebula can get a couple of those on target or convert a couple of those into goal-scoring opportunities, because they've already gotten some demos. It just seems like it's not Shega getting the one game of demos. It's Zinvez and Denzi, and Denzi gonna get a great shot there. A pass from Shega into the midfield, a great shot, perfectly placed, and right around both defenders. Double commit doesn't matter. Chef trying to put a hand up, but Nebula gonna tie this one up once again.
Yeah, and that ball was just way too fast for almost anybody to handle there. And Nebula did exactly what they needed to do there. Is Zinvez, he's hunting for Nezetik on the backboard. But a nice touch, and Cheshega, he's going to be the one bumped out here. Is this one sent back in? Chef getting bumped again. Dimitri getting bumped. Chef getting bumped there. Tenzi's trying to set it up there, but they can't quite push that one through. But still, remain tied at 2 apiece here. Chef with an opportunity here. Just going to fire a pot shot towards net. Going to scoop up that boost there. Going to scoop up this ball as well, trying to look out for a teammate, but instead Denzi is going to be the one clearing that one away. Teshega in the corner. They're not going to grab that boost. Chef is going to pinch that one across a little bit harder than he would have liked there, as this one pops up in midfield. Nezetik going to take control, trying to dribble it over the top, going to find a big 50 dropping down. Here comes the shot there, and Denzi, what a save there, but the follow-up comes through from Nezetik. A great play, but Nezetik is the one that ends it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great shot by Chef, but a better save by Denzi. But unfortunately, the ball gonna bounce back into the midfield. The double commit coming through from Nebula once again, leaving nobody back to make a cut in rotation and make the save. And Neztek able to get a goal, put them back in the lead, and try to put them on match point as another double commit. Chef gets the fake, but Shega is able to get back in time. But you just see Nebula double committing all over the place. It seems like the chemistry isn't there. They're faltering. They're not trusting each other. They're getting beat out even when they are double committing. And another shot, another save having to come through. Another shot by Neztek. Gonna find the bottom left corner. Phoenix just decimating and picking Nebula apart.
Yeah, that one, Chef just able to find the perfect follow, and who else but Nemesis with a hat trick here. I mean, this guy is just showing up massively for this Phoenix team here in the grand finals, trying to will his team to a championship here. And with a minute 20 remaining now, Ventus, Nebula down 2-0 in the series. Gonna need some sort of miracle here in game 3, because they really need to win this game. As, oh my goodness, trying to style on him a little bit of Chef.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it just seems like it's going to be a downward hill. They need to trust each other, which is difficult when they are getting beat to the ball. But double committing and triple committing and, you know, tightening up their rotations because they don't trust each other is just causing so many issues. It's causing them not to be able to go on the offense. They're not stretching out their rotations so where they're able to get boost or cut in rotation. And it's just allowing so much pressure to come through on the Phoenix half. They're breaking out really easily because they're getting a beat on both players at the same time to get out of their half. It leaves a third man back on an island, and unfortunately, you know, Nebula can't play perfectly all the time. They're gonna make mistakes, but you can't just continue to have poor rotations and misrotate all the time, because I mean, this is the grand finals. You have to play well, or you know, it's do or go home at this point.
Yeah, no, the championship and the pressure on the line here as the final seconds of game 3 ticking away. Nebula trying to find one more, looking for the bump, looking for the flick to Shega. He gets it in, and with 4 seconds remaining, a little chance.
Yeah, I mean, especially with their kickoff, they have the ability. They're going to hard cheat. They're going to instantly try to get a goal off the kickoff. The way Phoenix just has to play it, they have to hard cheat as well, and they have to play for the win on the kickoff. That's the way that I noticed works the best against this roster. If you play for the win, even if they get the possession, you waste time, and that is going to be enough. Dimitri, it looks like he's going to try to keep this one up. And this ball not touching the ground just yet. Zinved's popping this one up high. But all players from Nebula zero boost. Dimitri doubling this into the corner. Looking to just put this one down. But it's still going to stay standing for now. Nestic looking for a shot. Maybe a potential double if that one is going to hit the ground. Phoenix go to match point. Nebula still look really shaky. That's you know, the best word I can describe.
Yeah, a little shaky. I agree there. They brought it close there at the end, but Phoenix just felt like they had control over that entire game 3. And now as we look to game number 4, they've got to try to pull off some history here, Ventus, and try to pull back this reverse sweep, which has only been done once in a grand finals in a best of 7, and that was way down in the provisional league way back in the day there, season number 8, I believe, on that one. But they're gonna have to try to find something here, because I mean, I don't know, Ventus, I don't know what you can do here, but you're down 3-0. You gotta start stringing together some wins and pull the series back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you take your time out here and take it one game at a time. You except they're not going to take a timeout. They're just going to full send it. Another interesting decision on their half. I think they need the reset. I think that they need to talk things over. I think Shagan needs to play much more wide rotations, especially farther in the midfield, trying to get more boost, trying to play demos. But we see Zenvez has really been the one to do that. It's the lack of third man of Zinvez. You know, he's been the player to trust back at all times. But when he's not back, it seems like the double commits come through, the missed rotations come through, the over commits come through, and Phoenix just is able to capitalize. I think they need to talk about how they need to position more, what kind of individual play styles each of them need to play more. But unfortunately, they're not going to do that. They're just going to go into this match and hope for the best. And, you know, unfortunately, it's never really a recipe for success. We'll see if they're able to turn it into one. But I am ye of little faith at this point.
Well, we'll see if they can get some of Ventus's faith back here as we are into this game number 4. Phoenix with the first goal, trying to pull off the sweep, trying to win another championship here for this team. See if they can pull it off, as this one is taking it all the way down. Denzi, he doesn't want this series to end quite yet as he strikes.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is Shega's chasing bumps in their half, being really aggressive, being an enabler, pushing the rotations, and allowing Denzi and Zin time on the ball. It's almost like that's exactly what they should be talking about. They should be doing more, and it's how they got to where they were. I don't know why they decided to, I guess, change the team identity between the semifinals and grand finals, but the players just need to go back to what worked for them. And that's what has. It's Shega playing a lot in the midfield, getting cuts in rotation, and trying to relieve pressure, and then allowing Denzi and Zinvez time on the ball, have Zin play third man, allow him to start the transitions of their possession, and that's what's worked for them. They need to go back to that. I don't know what, I guess, took them so long to, I guess, play that way, and they still aren't exactly doing that. It's not an exact science, obviously. You can't just say Shagan never rotate back, but it's what has worked. He's been having him play really aggressive has been the best for this Nebula squad, and when he's not, you can just see it create so many problems, and it's so frustrating to me as a caster and looking at this team to be like, I know exactly what they're doing wrong, and this is how they fix it, and they're just not doing that.
Yeah, it is a little frustrating, but they still did find one there, and they've got a great opportunity here. Tashega tries to fire it in, but Dimitri is able to get back to it, and we just want to see Nebula give us the best series possible here. See if they can pull it back. Phoenix trying to shut the door there as this one's sent out. Here comes Zinvez. He's diving on this one right away, trying to set things up. Tashega gonna get dunked out. Another dive coming through. Nezetik with a great 50. Played so great this entire series thus far. This one popped up to the sidewall off the ceiling. Dimitri is coming through, able to send it off to the side now. This one trying to go for the musty flick across towards the net there, but they can't quite put it in. Another great opportunity there for Phoenix, but they can't quite capitalize there. So now this one's sent back into the Phoenix end, but Nebula looking to push it out. This one off the ceiling. Bump attempt coming through Tashega. He's able to push it just off to the side. Chef trying to stay with this one and gonna get faked out underneath there as a big bump comes through, but Dimitri is waiting back for Nebula. Almost found something there. Couldn't quite put it on target though. And now Ventus, as we're down to 2 minutes remaining, a big save comes through, and Nebula, it's really do or die time right now. It's a tied game, Ventus, but you gotta win this game number 4. You gotta try to bring it back, because the demo is gonna open up a lot of space on the counterattack here as Chef is gonna be denied away.
Yeah, but I think Nebula has been playing a lot better. I noticed Shega playing a lot more aggressive in the midfield, looking for a lot more bumps, looking for a lot more cuts in rotation, and playing more of a first-man role, which is what I wanted Nebula to do from the get-go. And you see they are keeping it so much closer. They're not allowing a lot of these counterattacks. Zin has been playing really well as third man, getting a lot of these beats and relieving a lot of pressure. And their offense looks much more dynamic. You see Shega still able to go for some shots, but also being back and being the first one to challenge on defense. And so he's been allowing Nebula, and I just love this Nebula version so much more. I think they're keeping it a lot closer. I think that they might even have the upper hand in this game, and I think that this is the Nebula we deserved to see at the beginning. I think that they're waking up now, which is really good. I think that if they want to potentially make a reverse sweep, they need to play this exact same way. But again, these double commits in the midfield, the over commits are not what you like to see. As an own goal coming out from Shega just as I was giving this team praise.
Yeah, it's just tough right there as Zinvez jumps in on this one, and Tashega's just pre-flipping back right in the way, and unfortunately, that one finds the back of their own net, and now they're going to need some real magic here. 46 seconds away. Phoenix is trying to close off the championship here, but Nebula got to battle back. This one off the ceiling. Tashega trying to drop it down here. Zinvez looking to go up, trying to send this pressure through. Ball out of the midfield. Phoenix on the counter, looking for a dagger. But Denzi, he's going to push that one away to the side here. 30 seconds now. Phoenix taking control of this ball, stealing the boost, finding the pass. There's Zinvez sends it down, but Dimitri, he's just waiting, able to get it in the corner there. And Nebula, again, diving in. Final opportunities for them to try to close this one off. They got to take it the length of the pitch there as they find a massive pinch. The ball is up high. Dimitri is going to get to that one. Can he stay with it, though? He's trying to stay in front of. Great flip reset to deny it off to the side. And now Nebula, they need a miracle here in the final seconds, trying to send it in. Denzi looking towards the backboard, but Chef, he takes it up. Can they put it to the ground? This one pinched a long way. Nebula trying to keep it up. Phoenix looking to send it down. Ball out of the midfield there. Denzi sets it up to Shega. Tries to get to it, but it touches the ground. And Phoenix come through with a championship. Their first time since season number 8. They take it home. A dominating sweep here in the grand finals. And they are the champions of season 13 in the Titan League.
And I might get a little biased here, Rocker Man, but I was really wishing it was my team in this grand finals. I obviously we lost in the semis due to unfortunate circumstances, and Nebula was the rightful winner of that game. But man, Nebula just looked so off. They did not look to be on their game. Phoenix just did what they had to do. They looked like their normal selves. They didn't have to do anything special. It seemed like Nebula made a lot of the mistakes for Phoenix, and all they had to do was just shoot the ball well, and they were able to do so. But man, I would love to have some more content for this last grand finals, but unfortunately, Phoenix just domination.
Yeah, I mean, a dominating performance is impressive still, though. Nonetheless, Ventus as they are going to be the ones taking home the championship. There, a dominating showing from them, and they really kind of ran things down throughout the second half of the season, throughout the playoffs. So big props to them on taking the championship. They were most certainly a force, and they take it all the way. So big congratulations to them on the win there. They are going to take it home, and a couple of shout outs to give here. I got to throw one out to Merely Mental coming back for 63 months earlier on in the stream, and also to JP who just gifted 5 subs. Much love for the support this season, especially big shout out to JP who made a very generous donation as well in the middle of the season to help Nemesis keep going. So much love to him for that one, and yeah, it was a great series there, Ventus, and yeah, I mean the Titan League. Well, maybe it wasn't as great of a series we would have liked, but I mean a great series in the fact that Phoenix, a dominating showing on that one.
Yeah, and man, congratulations to the squad. I know I'm pretty good friends with Chef, and me, Chef, and Dimitri have also played on a team previously together, and um, just congratulations to them. It's such a great thing to see is this Phoenix roster once this roster was really built, and I think Crip was a really big reason for this. He had those couple first round picks, and he made the trades that he needed to do. He got Dimitri from Gravity, he got Chef from Venganza, and he created this team, and they went from a 1-3 team to, I believe they really only lost 3 games on their own when this new roster was created. So they were really dominant as soon as that was set in motion. So a very well done GM job, I think, from the side of Crip. And I mean this team looks really good. They honestly might run it back next season.
Yeah, and if they do, I'm sure it'll be another great performance from them. Another big huge shout out to Jack Soy coming back for 10 gifted subs. Much love for him and for all the support here. But yeah, before we do end off, we got to thank a couple more people, which is our premium subscribers here, especially our Challenger Plus subscribers: Crotera, Earn, Flame Intruder, Neon, Wiggles, Fenrir, Jax, Parker, and Sato. Again, we appreciate all the support throughout the season, keeping Nemesis running, helping keep the casters and streamers and these streams running throughout the entirety of season 13 and hopefully beyond here as we'll look to season 14 next. But we do got to give some big shout outs to our staff here at Nemesis. We've got a lot of people that help out really big here. Shout out to our management team: Cozy, DJD, Shadow, Mallow, and Mealy. A lot of big help from that side of things, and especially to all of our team leads as well. A lot of them to name, and a lot of our staff to name. But we appreciate all of them and everyone that's helped cast and stream this season. A lot of people have been a big part of things throughout the entire season and really kept things going. We had a great season 13, Ventus, another winter season, and I'm excited for season 14, coming back for a summer season. Summer seasons are always hype. We got a lot of people that trickle in for those summer seasons, so always exciting to get ready for that one. But yeah, Ventus, any final words about season 13 grand finals, anything?
Honestly, at this point, I'm just looking forward to the awards show. I want to see who claims the MVPs, who gets the finals MVPs. I want to see, who gets the best casting duo or best caster. I'm not saying it, but that's going to be coming soon. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the next season. I think Nemesis is a great league. I have so much fun playing in it, so much fun casting in it. I think we have some great content, some great streams. And honestly, I'm just looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to next season and just getting back on the horse, getting ready for the startup, and seeing what's next in store for Nemesis.
Yeah, no, I'm excited as well. It's gonna be a fun one here. We are gonna be heading to the off season. But yeah, Ventus did mention we do have awards that will be coming. Stay tuned for some more details on the off-season schedule and awards. But the interest form for season number 14 will be coming out soon. So if you're a returning player or free agent at the end of last season, stay tuned for that one. Otherwise, feel free to submit a player registration form if you weren't playing last season. If you're non-playing or new to Nemesis, fill out that player registration form. Hop in the Discord, check it out. And we hope to see you guys there for season 14. But again, once again, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate everyone tuning in and night out, supporting Nemesis. It's been a long time now. It's been almost 6 years of Nemesis, which is crazy to say here. More than half a decade of Nemesis, which sounds even crazier to say. But again, we appreciate everyone sticking around. Hopefully, we can continue to do this for many seasons to come. But again, thank you all so much, everyone, for watching and tuning in for the stream. But that is it for me and Ventus. We appreciate everyone hanging out tonight, and we will see you guys soon as we get ready to dive into season 14. Take care, everyone, and have a great night.
Fading slowly, just our bodies laying side by side, sinking till we're halfway underground.